say it for you.
You sure? Dang. That's the kind of nickname that sticks.
If need be.
So, how was your week on Grateful Ninja?
It was busy as fuck.
Out there making that money, hey?
Kind of.
Oh, are you feeling better?
Oh, freaking yeah! I was done with that on
Well, I hadn't talked to you about it since then.
Joe how he feels. Yeah, no, because we had the podcast on Monday, remember?
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about since then. I haven't asked you about it, so I wasn't sure if you were feeling better or not.
I was feeling better then.
Because you never know, you could have a
relapse.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I was going to say relapse, but I wasn't sure if that was the right word for your situation.
Should be asking Joe how he feels because the day on Monday he was fucking falling apart. You plug in when you plug that back in, it does that. So
I'm not doing that.
That's why I gave up doing that, and at night, because you'll be sitting there at night, you're like, oh hey, this is unplugged. Ding 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 ding. You're like, fuck. Now all of China knows you're here. Fucking bruh, that shit is crazy.
Oh, actually, I have some news for China.
Not yet though. Not doing news until everybody's here.
We just said we're starting.
Yeah, well, let's talk about our lives and stuff.
I mean, we just said all your stuff already.
No. But if that's what you think I have, then I guess I'll stop.
I mean, unless you want to get personal, talk about your Hispanic women.
There actually was a car full of Hispanic women that I gave a ride to.
See?
It's funny because the girl was trying to ask me, like, oh, what do you think I am? And I'm sitting there like...
You should have been like, human.
I didn't want to say white, but I'm like, European? And she's like, no, I'm Dominican. And I was like, but then she's like, yeah, but like the side of Dominican that's like, European, so you're not wrong. And I'm like, I know I'm not wrong. Because when your skin is that light skin, it's like, no, there was no nigga in there. Or at least not anybody she invited willingly. Or this at third.
Hashtag Europe.
Yeah, word. Europe likes to fuck. Anyway. Fucking, oh my god! Look who's decided to grace us with his presence. Goodness. Oh, he's just gonna walk away? That's how it is? That's how it is? Alright, fine. Wow. Think you know a nigga. Then he just walks away and closes the door, pretends to go downstairs. Anyway. So yeah. And then they made me guess like what each and every one of them was. And I said I thought Argentina first, and I'm like, nah, that's dumb. And then the last girl was like, oh, I'm from Argentina. I'm like, fuck!
You doubt yourself. Shouldn't do that.
Yeah. So then I dropped them off, and then I came around the corner, and I saw somebody taking out the trash. So I yelled at him, where the fuck is my money? And then he fucking used solar flare on me, and I had to drive off. Because Joe's got that stupid ass fucking flashlight that's like the daytime in a fucking flashlight.
Like God's eye.
Yeah.
Never stare into God's eye.
Yeah. I made the mistake of looking directly at it, and my eyes.
Joe's patented special beam cannon, pocket size.
If only he could create something like that.
So Joe, I hear you've been falling apart. What happened?
Yeah, bro.
Nah.
Fucking. So it's my fault because I brought you to Moes? You didn't have to buy nothing.
You having the old man syndrome? Eating greasy foods?
The funny thing is, it's not even greasy. We ate the same fucking things. Because when you go to Moes, is one of those places where you're like, you put the same shit in the burrito as you would in the taco, in the fucking quesadilla, and all that shit. So it's not like they're like, oh, this is the quesadilla lettuce, this is the burrito lettuce, this is the burrito guacamole, this is the guacamole for chips.
I have a question for you.
They just fucking do that shit, and then they just put everything in. We ate the same shit as you. Me and Shadow ate the same shit as you, and yet you fell apart this week.
So if they did have separate lettuces and stuff, which one do you think would be more expensive? The taco stuff? What's up? Or the burrito stuff?
We have a Jason here with us today?
Yeah.
What?
It'd be whichever thing is like more gets put into something more pretentious. So what's the most hipster like South American food? or Southwestern food? Is it burrito or is it like a quesadilla?
Quesadilla sounds fancier.
I feel like it's taco though because like
Yeah, you can do taco. You can do anything with tacos.
hipsters love tacos.
Breakfast tacos and stuff like that.
Yeah, so taco lettuce would be way more fucking expensive.
Now, would it be like a quarter more, or would it be like $1 more?
I don't know. Depends on how much you want to drain from any particular hipster.
I just
Like, oh, he a rich hipster.
As the fucking countries.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
They didn't complete a single generator.
Oh wait.
One person just barely started working on one.
Can't have two conversations. You gotta come over here.
I'm in here, not over there.
Okay, but you gotta come over here if you want to talk.
I
Because
can
we
talk
can
all
hear
I
it.
want to.
Okay, you can, but like we're like doing a podcast. So like you could do it on the podcast if you want. You want to grace us with your presence.
People don't care about me. Well, people out there don't care about me. I know Joe do, CJ do.
Says the person who has to fucking put the door back up after the women break it down. We've seen it.
What?
We've seen it. Why every single time you get a delivery person, it's a girl? Because they know the legends. They know the legend of the broken hips.
Where did this so-called
Observation come from? Yeah.
Telling all your secrets.
Even Amazon to make sure to ring the doorbell.
And they actually stay. Even the men are like, wow, I just wanted to meet you. They just walk away.
you're the ugliest person alive, and it's true.
Fucking, it's not though.
Right.
Fucking, I don't want to call that guy out. Nobody. No, you're definitely not the ugliest person alive. I've seen some
Put people on blast. Shame.
ugly ass motherfuckers.
Gooch.
Like Grippo exists.
Oh shit.
Not Gooch.
He doesn't know.
I'm gonna say Devon knows what I'm talking about. I believe you
Yeah.
should remember what I'm talking about. I think Jason might, but I'm not sure. But
Does he look like a vagina? Is that why y'all call him Gooch?
That was his nickname. No, that was his own fucking nickname. I don't know. Was it like a self-given nickname?
Is that part of his last? Is that the dude you said was part of his last name?
No.
nah.
That last
This
name
person-
person
It
being
was so
self.
ugly. They literally called this dude a gooch. And not the fact. If you look like
Because of
a
the folds on
vagina,
his face?
no, because that's the space between the butthole and the vagina.
The taint?
For women, it's called gooch.
Yeah.
I thought taint was like a universal word. Pretty sure it is, even in like medically.
It's different. There's a difference. I thought it was all called taint, and then that's when I was told no.
Who the fuck told you that?
That was a health teacher that told me that.
A health teacher told you that?
Because she got mad at the fact they kept calling her gooch.
I gotta admit, my health teacher was fine as fuck. I didn't learn anything.
Why are you so distracted? You're just a pervert.
Okay,
Yep.
but like, she had the biggest ass. Like, the
Pervert.
kind of...
That
I
is
walk around and
pervert.
she's a white woman that had the kind of I walk around and
How's a pervert?
knock shit over ass.
You're a white woman.
And it was just like I had
All the sisters out here, you looking at
all
a
the
white
sisters
woman?
out where
See, he's the reason.
I fucked in the middle of nowhere. I grew up in a sea of white.
Whose fault is that?
My mom's.
Wow, just gonna blame your mom like that?
Yes, because I'm not in control. Since when is a child ever in control of where they fucking move?
Tony Stark.
In second grade. No, he wasn't. It's like, nigga, you growing up in Malibu. He's like, I want to grow up in South Central. Fuck that. You're not gonna have black friends. He's like, no, Dad, I'm gonna have a black friend, and I'm gonna make him an Iron Man suit, and we're gonna be awesome. Shut the fuck up.
Then he got guy.
Oh, that's damn.
He got himself.
Damn.
I guess. I mean, shit.
Apparently, he has a kid too.
Who that? Who, Gooch?
Gooch.
Gooch Jr. GJ.
Yo, he has
Hackman
hella
Village.
money for a woman.
Fucking yo. That.
Crazy thing is, the kid is actually cute.
Yo, how
Well, yeah, because
cute-
it's
how
mixed
cute is
with
the wife.
because it's mixed with someone else.
That's usually the
You gotta
result of
dilute the
parents.
Or maybe
No,
she just
no,
takes
I really
completely
feel
out.
I mean,
what,
it's-
what is his actual name?
Should I say it on the podcast?
Oh, is that
or-
him?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of.
It's like the past. Yeah. I mean,
you guys.
that's heavily cleaned up. I'm not gonna.
Shit. Going
The
in on the
fact you
kids
can
now.
tell that how cleaned up it
This is
is.
fucking abstract art. What the fuck?
I mean, his
You
face
can't
is
get
not
into
good.
just how
That's how
ugly a
you know
person
you
is.
saw somebody when you start calling them abstract art.
I mean, it is though. It's not even a fucking picture.
the greatest, one of the greatest signs ever in the movie. Son, you're ugly enough to be modern art.
Oh shit!
Bruh.
It's like, you sure your dad isn't Picasso? It's like, fuck! God damn.
Hey, I'd rather be Picasso than Jackson Pollock.
Ooh.
There's no going back from that.
Ooh. Splat.
Mm-hmm.
Drip, drip, drip. Go, go, go. Splat. Because she's a quitter. Anyway. So, how was your week? Yeah? You done dying?
No one's ever done dying.
Okay, but you done dying faster than everybody else?
I wish I was in a different sense, but yeah.
Yeah. You don't have the lettuce squirts anymore?
Lettuce squirts.
Yeah. It's when the romaine lettuce goes bad, like it does every other month.
Right.
And you start getting the squirts. The poo-poo squirts.
Reminds me of the Mad TV Taco Bell skit. Get a squirt of mayo, get a squirt of lettuce, a squirt of cheese, a squirt of beans.
Using a fucking caulk gun. It's like, oh.
That skit was so good though.
What was it? Just like my story. I got, what was it? Like gonorrhea. The end. It's like, fucking, yeah. So Joe decided to copy me this week and go to the hospital, but then his actually ended up being worse. Don't know what
The
the
fuck was
up with
that noise?
What?
Might have been the phone.
No, it was like it came from like that direction upward. Steven here?
Maybe Steven's backing up. No, he wouldn't be here.
Sonny's upstairs.
Probably at work.
Yeah, not bad.
I doubt Sonny sounds.
It wasn't a cat noise.
Sunday
What
after
kind of
beatboxing.
noise was it?
It was like a
What was that noise?
What was that noise? It's not a cat noise.
it was kind of like a ding,
Ding.
but like slightly lower pitch.
Demonic ding.
No, kind of like that.
Yeah, that was his
That's
phone.
what I said. Yeah.
So maybe
Why did it come from like this
maybe you
direction?
like
though?
turned your head at the exact moment that it would have gone to your ear, and then you only heard it from that ear.
No,
It's possible.
because I was facing this way.
Well, that's
when
how
I
sound
heard it.
works. It's fucking weird. Maybe you're going deaf in that ear.
I can hear you perfectly fine.
Maybe you're fucking. What is that called?
Well, he's
Tinnitus?
definitely fucking someone.
I wish.
Probably.
Oh, I'm about to whoop Javier's ass.
What
Okay.
happened?
Alright.
What
You're
happened?
gonna choose Ed and Eddie?
Wait, what?
For get rid of
for
one of
for,
the.
the get rid of one thing. I would probably choose courage.
Aren't the options?
Ed and Eddie, Powerpuff Girls, Teen Titans, Courage Cowardly Dog. By Teen Titans.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, if you didn't have
I mean, I love
Powerpuff
Raven
Girls-
and all, but
If you didn't have
Team-
Powerpuff Girls, there's a buttload of stuff you're not gonna get to, because that's how didn't Powerpuff Girls save Cartoon Network from destruction at one point?
I think that was that comic thing.
Which comic thing?
Thing Anix was reading.
What comic was that?
The thing where everything was all together and art style was different.
I don't remember. Yeah, no. One of those old shows saved Cartoon Network back then. I can't remember which one it was. One of those cartoon shows.
I mean, you had Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls.
Johnny
I mean,
Bravo.
those were the two big ones at the time. But Ed and Eddie was on there as well.
Yeah, that one gained traction.
And then Eddie was
the Grim-
afterwards.
the Grim
That was the
Adventures.
end of cartoons, wasn't it?
The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Cow and chicken.
Because I want to say that was the last one that they made for cartoons.
Yeah.
Because they had the show where it was just like a bunch of shorts or whatever, and then you had to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead of going with Billy and Mandy back then, they went with Cow and Chicken or some dumb shit. Yeah. And then the Weasel got his own show.
Cow and Chicken was a good show.
was alright, but it wasn't as good as like some of these other ones. It didn't last that long.
That's because they had too many obscure characters that people didn't like the children seeing. Like,
but people were okay with him.
I was about to say the fucking red butt dude.
But people were okay with him.
They weren't though. Parents weren't okay with that. Because they
Purple
were like,
Girls went on
why is this boudoir lobster fucking sitting here talking to my kids in a weird voice?
They didn't show him that much because of how they were like, oh, promotes homosexuality and drag queens.
It promotes it?
Satan. And it's too scary for the kids because the voice is like, what the fuck?
That voice is dumb, weird. That's like the go-to, like the double voice thing is like the go-to thing for creepy things.
Who?
And for him, yeah.
Definitely by far creepiest character for Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, but that's why he didn't get a lot of screen time. And if he did,
I thought he was cool as shit.
You only had the one episode where it was just him, but they never did anything. It was a while before you even saw him again after that.
And I remember that episode. They were even talking about how that didn't come out at the time that they had made it. That came out like a couple years after they made it because they were like, oh, is it okay?
Are you talking about the episode where they were like the professor went to eat at his restaurant and then, like he basically like made the Powerpuff Girls think that the professor was actually in trouble or whatever.
No, when he took over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was some sort of alternate reality where everyone pretty much hated the Powerpuff Girls, and it turned out him pretty much fucked everything up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And they were like in a world that he could control.
Yeah.
Like on some Dormammu shit. Yeah. Powerpuff Girls!
I'll be right back. I have to upload that clip because I gotta snap. That was too funny.
The super fucked up backstory that people make for the fan theory thing for Professor Utonium and him, where like the two of them are brothers or some shit, and creating, I don't know, like fucking he hated the fact that he was either gay or trans or some shit like that, so he made him into one of his experiments. That's why he has the claw hands, and I don't know.
Where the fuck did that come from?
The internet. Where
I have not heard that one at all.
The internet has buttloads of fucked up fan theories.
Why did you go to fucked up fan theories?
That's a fucked up one. You
His favorite website.
Turn people up. You turn people into fucking like experiments and shit just because what? Because they're gay or trans? Like that's kind of fucked up.
I said, why do you go to fucked up fan theories?
I don't go to them. They get shared on Facebook and on Tumblr and all that shit, and then you're reading something and then you don't know where it's gonna go, and then at the end you're like, oh, that's like in my brain now.
It's like, I see a rabbit hole. Let's go down.
Exactly. This motherfucker acting like he's never been scarred.
It's a rabbit hole by the title.
No, there's no title for those. Remember the entire thing? Remember the thing I told you about where Pat had them sitting there talking about fucking Steven Universe for like 30 fucking minutes, and they didn't know that they were talking about Steven because he introduced it as, oh, it's a Dragon Ball Z fanfic. And then they just go through all the different reasons why like Steven Universe is basically not really a ripoff, but like it's a restructured Dragon Ball Z. And then they're like, wow, this is amazing. Who made it? And it's like Rebecca Sugar. It's like,
in their defense, he titled it Dragon Ball Z Family.
no, he told them of it. It wasn't a title.
Yeah, see, they didn't get a chance to actually go down a rabbit hole
And then
themselves.
in the
They were
end-
shoved down that. That's someone telling you something that's not.
No,
even
they were
going
like,
to
oh,
be
that's interesting.
seen.
Tell me more. And they kept saying it. Tell me more. Tell me more. And they're like, what? I've never heard of this one. Because they were having a conversation about fanfic. So act like you ain't never read something on the internet and gotten fucking scarred. How many times I've seen you just look at your phone and just be like,
Yeah, and it's a
fucking
picture.
throw it and just walk away, or this,
It's
that,
a
and third.
fucking picture that you had shared or
I
Divine
had
had shared.
that I had shared.
Yes.
Hey,
You be sharing some more effed up things,
Brucey.
and then you
Nah, man.
Is it alright if I grab a peach tea?
what?
Peach tea? Packet?
I'm gonna say I don't got no peach teas in there.
You got
Nah, cause my mind was somewhere else. I don't care.
Thank you.
But yeah, picture speaks 1,000 words, especially if it's fucked up.
And
And that's at least an
those-
essay.
I love how he act like he don't share nothing to the group either.
What are you talking about? I'm not sharing. What do I share that's fucked up?
Alright, give me 5 minutes.
Oh, I know what I shared was fucked up. What you said.
Fucking.
what
sorry,
you
what?
said.
What?
Yeah.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
now you.
What
now,
you said.
now you already flip flopped and say like, oh, I don't share no. Actually, you know what? I share.
But it's you though. It's still you.
Is it me though?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because you don't have me doing anything or saying anything.
I do though. There's a video that had you saying it.
Prove anything.
There's a video that had you saying it.
Fucking prove anything. It's too bad you can't prove anything. You just shared a video where the baby jumps off the fucking bed and like scorpions on the ground because the parents too busy catching each other.
I mean, he didn't really like scorpion. He more like bounced and went head like.
That
his
is
head was still on
a
the
scorpion. That baby's his legs are above his head.
ground. His whole body's like in constant motion. Scorpion
but
is like when you're pretty much like.
You don't have to
Your
be in
torso.
motion to a scorpion. You have to be face down and your legs over your head. The baby's leg was over his fucking head.
Is it folded?
No, folded is another category.
I thought it was a whole thing.
Folded is the one where you're I mean, folded
No.
like folding chair. Your
No,
face is getting
like
to your
you're
knees.
not forward, but it's like your legs and your head kind of.
Like
Like
a
a
reverse
circle.
V.
Why would I grow up? I want to be
Your
a
legs and your head
folding
make a circle. Depends which way you land. If you land with your
on your
chest,
stomach
if
down,
you land,
and then you come back up because now your body's like
what do you mean come back up?
Oh, that gave me chowder
You
vibes.
said-
land, and then your body is
So,
still
Chad,
what do you
vertical,
wanna
but
play?
now you're
Princess.
So your legs are going.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
that's
no
scorpion.
princess.
Well, no, he's in
Sewer
both of them.
grade.
Like that.
Is that what you're? That's folded. When you're going like that, I guess you could be folded the other way depending on where you land. But if you land, if you're folded but it's not a V, it's a C, and you're folded backwards, I guess, and your fucking legs are over your head like that, and it's you're like you're landing on your stomach or chest, and your head is on the floor, and your feet are like coming over your back towards your head. That's a scorpion.
isn't it?
No.
All right, yeah, that baby didn't do that.
Yes, the fuck he did. Look at his fucking... Look at his entire body. I don't like watching it. His head is so far
I
back.
want you to watch it, but I don't like watching it though.
Here's also the thing, that's fake.
I should hope so. But it's still fucked up.
It's not fucked up though.
Okay. The way that baby... You see that? The way that his neck is like... Well, I mean, it's... You said that was fake, right? The way that the baby's head is like this.
Because that child
and
would
his
be
fucking...
dead.
That's why I was saying it's fucked up.
It's not fucked up.
Now, if it was real, that'd be messed up.
Yes.
It's not... So it's...
Yeah, if it was real, I'll 100% say it's fucked up. 100% say it was fucked up. It's not. That is clearly a clickbait thing
Y'all
right there.
niggas are backpedaling like fucking crazy. It's alright, it's fine.
I caught a shadow Hitmonlee yesterday. It actually looks pretty cool.
Must be new because I think Hitmonchan Shadow was the only one.
Fighting wise, yeah.
That's fucked up.
Oh, Shadow.
What's up?
Remember... Actually, I don't know if you remember what I was saying, that Flareon got added to the Build-A-Bear Pokemon thing.
Yeah,
They're
that's
adding
stupid.
Jolteon and Vaporeon now.
The Build-A-Bear, like the Build-A-Bear versions of them look derpy as. They do.
They gotta look dumb for the kids.
I mean,
The kids
they're
love that.
they're like
Kids love that dumb shit.
I've seen like generic plushies of Pokemon that look better than that.
They're just cracked up. They look derpy. Actually, another thing for Pokemon, the Mewtwo Evolution Strikes Back is supposed to be coming up on Netflix pretty soon. The most recent Mewtwo movie.
From what I don't know like how true it is, but I saw that they were gonna do a like the original Pokemon Mewtwo movie, like Mew and Mewtwo like fighting and everything. They were gonna like
CG.
do that one to see.
Yeah, I heard rumors of that, but I heard about that the same time they were talking about the Mewtwo Strikes Back one. So I don't know the specifics. But yeah, I heard about that too. I was actually excited for that one because that was like the original.
Right.
So yeah, that would have been great.
Flareon doesn't look too bad. Looks like it's playing a game of Chubby Bunny.
What?
Sounds like a
Chubby Bunny, where you
Yeah,
you
the
have this.
marshmallow
Yeah.
in the mouth because white people are weird.
Oh, the fight is that when
Doesn't
you
look
see how
too
many
bad. It
you can
looks
fit in
kinda
there?
Yeah, to say
lopsided.
Chubby Bunny.
oh. Also for Netflix, live action One Piece is coming.
Nope.
Yeah, they ordered 10 episodes.
Look, you could just do anything live action. I've never seen One Piece. You can't do that live action. It's
But
way too-
Eiichiro Oda is gonna be there
Yeah, he's
at
gonna be
all
working on
times,
it.
so it's like it might not be terrible. They might find a way to make it work.
Are Americans
Luffy's
doing
gonna be
it?
weird. Regardless of if they are, he's there to fucking stop them from doing anything
Right.
too stupid. So
I feel like I've been stupid this whole time. Is it Eiichiro or Aichiro?
I believe.
I mean, Justin does pronounce things kind of weirdly too sometimes. So
He's
yeah.
not really good with names.
But with
He's
respect
not-
to
he's not Watch
Japanese
Mojo
names,
with
usually
names.
no. Anyway.
I'll give you that one.
Okay, Mr. Herb. Fucking anyway.
Who says Herb?
You s-
I mean, in his defense, you just said it.
fucking you said that.
When did I say that?
Right after I said prop eyes, remember?
No.
Yes.
When the fuck did you say prop eyes?
On the oh my god, nigga, you were the one who was ridiculing me about it. It's on the podcast. Fucking.
Which podcast is it? Because I'm gonna have to go back to that and.
I don't know. Look for it.
I
That's
think
so much
that
work.
This
was
is a lot of work.
2.
Oh, that was more recent. That was like a couple months ago. Freaking. Anyway. No.
But is it that? Because I feel like I've been pronouncing his name wrong now.
I believe it's supposed to be A, but the double I's might be fucking me up. So, because I know those are supposed to be pronounced different. Like normally, EI is A, like Bay, but like the double I's might fuck it up. So I have to look that up now. Thanks, Joe.
What? Because I felt like I was pronouncing it wrong, that you were correct?
No, for giving me homework.
How the fuck? You gave yourself homework. Dude.
Yeah, so Netflix is ordering a lot of new shit because they I don't know if they feel like they need to cook. Well, obviously they feel the need to cook their books because now it only takes 2 minutes to say you watched a video. So they're reaching for more content. They're trying to get as much as they can. Which isn't
Disney.
Huh?
Because Disney.
Yeah, Disney's kind of making it hard to. I was talking to Steven. I didn't realize Disney owned like all of Fox now, like all of it. Like they own all of Fox except for Fox News, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I didn't. When they said they acquired 20th Century Fox, I thought that 21st Century Fox was the one that like they shifted their assets to. Kind of like how when Kmart bought Sears, they transferred all their shit to Sears, so it looks like Sears bought Kmart, but actually Kmart's head people bought Sears and then transferred all their shit into there.
And try to oversell everything.
Yeah, right.
And then they failed.
Which was sad, by the way. Saw that one report where that one dude who was head of his Kmart for like 12 years, like had to make the announcement that it was the last day that Kmart was gonna be open before they closed their doors. I know it's a big corporation and all, but that was just heartbreaking to see.
Yeah, especially one that's been around for so long. Like Kmart. That's not the place where I used to go for Pokemon cards because Ames used to be a thing. I don't know if anybody remembers Ames, but the Pokemon game that I bought, it was like the first game I ever paid for by myself. I bought that at Kmart. And it's just kind of weird to not have that be a thing anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Kmart in my town got turned into a tractor supply company. Like, it was nothing for a dumb long time, and then it got turned into a tractor supply company. Which was fucking weird.
Do they sell tractor tires there?
Probably.
You need to go there.
Is it tractor tire? Why? What do you need tractor tires for? Oh, you got
Euro training.
Yeah.
Every time I've gone to a farm or called to a farmer here saying, "Do they have old tractor tires?" They say, "Yeah, but they won't give it to anybody."
They usually recycle them. They send them to the thing, and then they get a discount for like recycling them or whatever. I'm trying to think if there's one out here because it's a brand. So try to find some. With all the farms that are out here, you could definitely find somebody who could at least tell you where a store is.
I remember something about Netflix. So apparently Netflix is bringing 21 Studio Ghibli films worldwide. Yay!
And then that's another one. Is it Ghibli or Ghibli?
The bad news is...
I've honestly only really heard it pronounced Ghibli.
I've only ever heard it pronounced Ghibli, so now I'm like, I don't...
I think with that one it's colloquial, so based on where you are, they're going to pronounce it different.
What is language?
Stupid, and that's what it is.
There's some bad news with that, though.
You say potato, I say potato, so now we have to fight. There can only be one.
You say potato, I say burrito.
Is it like all the old rights? Doing everything
burrito
from
with
it,
potato,
or?
that sounds good.
They haven't said... Well, they showed some of them. They haven't shown all of them. But they said 21 are going to be coming to Netflix. But the thing is, it's going to be for international Netflix subscribers. So that means the US isn't getting it, Canada isn't getting it, and Japan isn't getting it. But everywhere else is getting those 21.
I guess because we already fucking love it. Ghibli's like, we need more fucking money. Other places.
Give me fucking money.
Exactly.
So international Netflix subscribers can get the 21 Ghibli films that are coming up.
I think Canada is one of those.
Canada gets a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think this new push is going to exclude them though.
Oh, okay. The only reason why I know that is because it's weird. At Tim Hortons, they have Canadian Wi-Fi
I had a
there.
time where I was using a VPN and it was going through Canada, and I saw a bunch of shit on my Netflix, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start like favoriting all this shit, and then like
you get home,
turn it off, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, it was the function. I got somebody's like, I was just
like,
watching
yeah,
this.
It's like, watch.
Because wasn't it Wolverine or Logan? You were like halfway through it, and then you went home and you couldn't find it.
It was that, the Transformers. There's a bunch of things they had on there. I
earmarked Avatar on there, and I got home and I was just like, I'm gonna watch this. Nothing. Okay. Luckily, I already have Avatar, so fuck you, Canada.
Black Canada, Black Canada.
Yeah.
But I heard about that, and then I was like, well, it doesn't affect me at all.
How does this affect my life? Not at all. Okay. Fuck that kid, yo.
It was just...
You know that kid listens to My Chemical Romance.
I listen to My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, no.
Wait a minute, don't you?
Not really.
I did. Do?
You said not really, which means you do then.
No, it means I've listened to it before because other people put it on, and I don't tackle them and turn it off, but...
Well, then,
it's kind of in the same area.
You like
it's
that,
kind of in the same area as
just
no,
like
I have
your
respect
father.
for other people and their music. I kind of am, and I don't like it. Okay. Anyway,
that's a different podcast.
No, that could be this podcast. We got time.
Me with a podcast, daddy issues.
I mean,
we finally reached that
who
point
here
now?
doesn't have them?
Daddy issues and where they get you.
I don't have them.
In jail or dead? No, wait, that's drugs. Then again, you could go to drugs from daddy issues, so in jail or dead.
No, you only the daddy issue
or taking care of somebody
daddy
else's child
issue takes you to
like
the
a
pole,
bitch. No, Sakura. No, I'm kidding. That's fucked up.
Takes you to violence, get you to jail, get you anally raped.
Which is the pole.
So daddy issues get you anally raped. Daddy issues always lead to some form of pole.
Yeah, basically.
You know, without context,
That's why
Not Interpol.
that's twice as bad. It's
You don't know that.
It's versus Summer.
Nah, but that's why I have to try with my nieces because I know that they're like their dad is a piece of shit. No offense if you're listening to this, but you know you're a piece of shit. You know who you are. Your nickname is Old Dirty Bastard. You look like him. You know who you are. Anyway.
Damn, yo, he looks like. Oh.
I always yeah. Every time I see him, I'm like shimmy shimmy y'all, and my sister just cracks and laughs. Like, but my nieces are not because they take after my sister's. My sister's dad's family has really strong genes, like really strong, where like everybody looks the same. So one of my nieces looks like his side of the family, and then my other niece looks like one of my mom's sisters or whatever. So yeah. She got the pretty side of the genes. No, I'm kidding. That's fucked up. Anyway. Nah, but
I mean, your niece could
daddy
have
issues
the
lead to
big
problems. Yeah, right. Daddy issues lead to problems, and that's why I'm trying to stop that by being a positive role model in their lives, despite the fact they ain't got a dad.
You want to know what helped with that? Get them into martial arts.
One of them was already talking about they tried martial arts when they were kids. They didn't like it. One of them was already talking about something like stripping. I was like, don't even joke like that. She started cracking up. Your favorite, because one of them, that was the one that disrespected you because she was like, "Hi, Carl." I'm like, "That's not Carl." Oh, well, forget him then. It's like, shit.
I mean, it's how it should be.
Yeah, because I used to call him a lot. Because he would always have me on the phone and they would be around.
Yeah, so Carl's listened to them grow up. But he'll never leave them.
I remember back when Justin was like, "You guys were so cute.
You
guys look like the Pots. You grew up, now you're terrible."
I think it's funny that he has friends that he doesn't want anyone to meet. Because he's afraid of what will happen.
I can't. I'm not afraid.
He doesn't.
Actually, yeah, I'm afraid of going to jail possibly for killing one of y'all. Because I'm like, I can only handle so much of that shit. So I'm like, if it ever happens too much at a time, then I have to kill someone. I have to make room for my emotion. Anyway, no, Winter Soldier. If he starts going in, I have just as much shit to tell about him that he does for me. So it's like. You really want to know about the time in the fucking cemetery, or the second I say cemetery, he's like, oh, well, yeah, shut the fuck up. That's right, Brian, shut the fuck up.
Wow, so that means you want to invite him out here for the barbecues?
Last thing you need is some one-armed nigga just eating all the ribs. Because he's a nigga, he'll go straight for the ribs. I know him.
So?
I want ribs.
Okay, well then get the ribs then.
Agni Kai for him.
Fucking then we gotta fight. You really want you? Okay.
As long as it's not near the food, because then I'm gonna have to join the fight. And then someone's gonna get
fucked.
And then it's Asta and Yuno versus fucking that one guy. Actually, you're not white enough.
The number one tip when you get into a fight at a barbecue, go for the ribs.
You can do something.
Are you talking about the Beast Dude?
No. Fucking Beto was a monster. Yuno wasn't there for that. Was he? No. Yeah, no, I'm talking about Lick or Liched, whatever the fuck. People keep saying his name weird too. His name it's spelled Licht, Licht. It's the elf dude.
I have no clue where this is.
He hasn't seen that much of Black Clover.
Oh, okay, yeah. No.
I said Asta.
I didn't hear you say Asta.
It's because his name is so fucking. It's so easy to say. You say it Dunquin. Anyway.
The crybaby.
Yeah.
Sir yells a lot.
Well, he's not really a crybaby.
He's not though. I don't know why people keep putting that on him.
I won't say crybaby. He's a bit of a spaz.
Like out of Yuno and Asta, Yuno was actually like the one that cried a lot when they were younger.
Which is why he's the cool, older, aloof person now. Or
because
not really older, but he's taller than him, right?
Yeah, he's taller than him. I think they're like the same age.
They should be about the same age, but they were dropped off in an orphanage, so it's hard to tell.
You mean like how Naruto's the same age as everybody? Even though like, I failed the exam like 10 times.
You can fail the exam because apparently they take it at multiple times throughout the year. Almost like the proficiency exam for Hero Academia. They take that like there's multiple times in a school year that you can take that. So he just failed it 3 times that he could have done it, I guess.
So it makes you wonder how long their school years are.
Japan already has like crazy school years.
Oh yeah, 6 days a week.
Is it
Only
6
day
days a week?
off. Yep, only day off is Sunday. And in high school, they only serve 3 years instead of 4.
Really?
They got the whole summer. So.
Honestly, I wish I was there. Would have been like, they're smart as shit.
Yeah. Their year breakdown is weird though, because me and Joe were talking about that when it came to Hero Academia, because we had to look up just to see, because remember they kept saying like, oh, there's summer break and winter break and this and that third. We're like, how are they not in like their second or third year by now with all this shit that's happened? It's like they're in their first year, but their Japanese years for school start in like fucking August or no April or something like that, or like March. No, March is the end, because remember here, Assassination Classroom, they're like, we have until March 10th when we graduate to kill our teacher, and it's like, yeah, since when does school end in March? It's like, for them it does. So next year starts in April, then they get weird like summer breaks and winter breaks and stuff between all the semesters or quarters or whatever they do. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
But the work schedule though is great.
Is it? How's their work schedule?
Monday through Thursday, you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
That's fucking dope, but this country is too
Stupid.
to do that.
I read somewhere, I don't know if I mentioned this before, pretty sure I mentioned it before, but like other countries, they get like 30 days vacation time throughout a year.
Yeah.
So they get to take like vacations more frequently, which makes them like want to like work more and stuff like that. Whereas like over here we get like a couple days for vacation, which is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, they get mad benefits.
And nobody here wants to work, and yeah, they get like benefits, and
like
we barely get
paternal and maternal leave is like a fucking year in Sweden or something like that, or the Netherlands, whichever one it is.
I think it's
It sounds like something from Sweden.
Yeah,
That's fucking dope.
it is.
So you just like knock a chick up, and be like, peace, see y'all niggas next year. Checks.
Maybe that's what Westman was trying to do.
Their full checks, don't they?
I think they do, and you can't fire them, but that's inhumane.
Maybe that's what ODB was trying to do.
Have to have a job first in order to get those checks.
Speaking of, because it just reminded me of something that I had a conversation with Meg. Is it illegal to, like, for a job that, like, let's say you get hired somewhere, is it illegal for them to cut your pay, like,
Hours or money?
money?
Cut your pay after you come back from maternity leave?
No. Just like cut your, like, let's say like you're like working normally and everything, right? Mm-hmm. And you call, like, you get sick. Like you can't, like, you physically can't, like, really
Got a
move
doctor's
much.
note? Got a doctor's note?
I didn't ask that.
Yeah, if the answer is no, these companies out here are too fucking crazy nowadays. If you don't have a doctor's note, they're like, well, it's too bad, nigga.
Yeah.
I'd say
it's unfortunate. That's literally where
it's not illegal as long as they give you heads up beforehand. If they just do it out of the blue, I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
They also have to cite a reason, but it's the same bullshit
No, it's
dealing with landlords.
Right, so, like I was saying, like, calling in for being sick, like, you can kind of hear it in the person's voice and everything.
How many times?
A few. Like, say like a couple days.
Like 2 or 3?
About.
you can possibly get away with that.
Depending on what the job is and where, like, what time period it is.
One definitely you can get away with, but 2, it's like, and they're gonna tell you, we want you to go to the doctors and prove the fact that you're sick.
Yeah. What kind of job is this? Is this like a corporate type thing, or like office work?
It's like going to houses, cleaning them.
Oh, like a maid service.
Yeah.
Okay. Depending on what time of year, because I know it sounds cliche, but spring cleaning is like the better time to do it. And if you're doing that during a particular heavy time, they might be like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying, like, yeah, like, of course, this happened like kind of like recently, basically. So given like how crazy our weather is and everything. and plus, like, a lot of people have like don't really have like strong immune systems like that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll saying this for like this stuff like that is kind of like with construction. And if a construction worker is on site and then he is constantly not either doing work or he's like always running to the bathroom, the boss is going to cut his pay to be like, okay, you know, I'm not paying you to be just taking the shit for an hour and then you doing like 30 minutes of work and then you're disappearing for like another 40 minutes. So to equate all this stuff, you're now getting paid this much.
Yeah, because if you're not is she salaried? Person salaried? Because if they're hourly, then they will be like, oh, you're away from
whatever. As long as it's above minimum wage, they can do whatever.
Yeah.
They were no. Like, okay. Speaking of like above, like no. They were gonna. I think like she said they were gonna cut her like below like or pretty much being like because she earned like as long as she's been there, she's earned a raise or a couple of raises or whatever, to where she's making like a little more than minimum wage.
What is the minimum wage right now?
It's like
For
11
New York State, huh?
Yeah, that was 75.
75.
Okay, yeah.
And then they like she said that they were gonna cut her down to minimum wage.
Oh, they're cutting that wage. Oh shit! No, that's fucked up. I don't think you can go backwards like that. With that,
Like earn wages and then like have that. Yeah, I was like, yeah,
I can see them cutting hours because of something.
See,
like
that's why I
that,
asked
but,
if it was hours or if it was money.
No, like money.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's.
There's nothing protecting them with money payment like that. The only ones that can do that if they have a union, like with the RTS drivers.
I had a union when I worked at college too. Yeah.
They negotiate for an increase every 3 or 4 years whenever they're doing that, but they cannot go down at all. Yeah. There's no. They're not allowed to say, well, we can only pay you less.
Because when you have unions like that in different companies and stuff, you end up having because of the fact that you're banding together, you get more benefits and shit because you're like, okay, then we'll all walk. Because imagine having an office building where it's like, hey, all the janitors are on strike, so it's like
day 1, not too bad. Day 2, not too bad. Day 3, crap.
I can
worse and worse.
I can almost guarantee you after the first day, when Chad comes in after eating a burrito and he blows the fucking bathroom up, because there's always one person that blows the bathroom up in every fucking office.
I said I was gonna blow the bathroom up.
I was that person. Nah, but like,
at least
the second they don't clean it, it's like, bruh. Then it starts to get worse and worse and worse, and now it's like, oh, we only have one good toilet out of like 18 toilets on this floor.
Gotta go to the ladies' room.
Oh my god, Brad's in there shitting.
Like, apparently the ladies' room on average is supposed to be twice as worse as the men's.
It is.
It most definitely is.
Women are disgusting. But that's where they leave all of their disgust, and then they go out into the world clean, sterilized. But not that way. Anyway. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
It sucks there's no, like, I'd imagine there'd be, like, a union or something for that job, but a lot of people are trying to, a lot of countries or companies are trying to get rid of unions because how dare these people fight for their rights? Like, livable wage. Okay?
The peasant thinks it can have the fruits of its labor.
The peasant thinks it deserves the fruit of its labor. That's fucked up. And then you gotta deal with other shit like the dreadlock ban when you're working in anywhere. That's fucked up. They said that apparently that's they ruled it legal.
Wait, what?
So basically there's a whole big thing about people wearing dreadlocks at work and stuff, and it's like, oh, whether or not that's legal in like the corporate area or whatever, this, that, and third. So they started a ban because they were like, no, fuck that. And somebody was saying, well, that ban is kind of fucked up. So they brought it to court, and a court has just ruled that the dreadlock ban is legal. So they're allowed to stop you from having dreadlocks. which is kind of fucked
I think
up.
it was. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I thought it was they cannot hire you if you had them.
Not hire, fire, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, and it's fucked up because I feel like that comes from a basic misunderstanding of how our dreads work as opposed to white people's dreads. Because white people's dreads, they have to braid their hair and like they have to plait their hair, which is like a type of braid that they're supposed to not do anything to, and then it starts to dread, and then it starts to lock, or it starts to lock basically, and then that's how white people get dreadlocks, right? With their type of hair. With us, we don't have to do that. Our hair is made for that shit already. We don't have to plait it. We just twist it. And because
my hair is like that. My hair is on some other bullshit. No, like
you got that good hair.
Let's say your hair got personality. They don't want to be like.
Like, because when I was younger, my mom was like, she was like, basically like dreading my hair.
You told me about that.
And like literally not even 5 minutes after she got done, because she had like clips to help keep them in place.
Yeah.
After she took all the clips out, like not even 5 minutes, start unraveling by itself. I'm like,
that's strong.
You cannot contain my power.
Yeah. That's some next level shit. But they think that hair like that is dirty and stuff because it's basically like, that's when you don't wash your hair and just let it whatever. And it's like for white people, black people, we take care of our hair.
Right.
We don't have to I washed my hair when I had fucking dreads.
I have a question.
So
this is an anime question, but if a Saiyan had his hair locked and then went Super Saiyan, would it unravel or would it just?
I'd say it wouldn't unravel.
Because their hair changes when they go Super Saiyan.
Depends
it goes
on
from
their hair is.
They literally
they got that Indian hair or that shadow strength hair. It might unravel.
Or you got the reverse when they go Super Saiyan, their hair locks up and goes to like freaking braids like the Wiberian dude. Because those would be some crispy braids. He got some crispy braids.
What manner of Africanism be this? Tell me why they put that one dude in Hero Academia with the fucking nappy ass hair in season 4.
Talking about Rocklock?
Yeah.
The dude like where in the beginning you saw him like throw like a board and then like it stopped and play. Yeah. He's a black dude. What a white.
The white.
Yeah.
I think Corey Koshi's like, I know. I see things. I understand.
He has 2 kids.
Yeah, he's got the little one, and then the wife had the baby backpack. Yeah.
And they both like. The wife was like, the genes went too far in one direction.
It's fucked up. Nah. It's funny though because as a person who's making something about superheroes and was so into American superheroes, I'm not actually surprised to see he made a black person in Japan, but it's like, and also that has to be something you've seen somewhere. Like these mangaka usually, I mean, unless they're famous like fucking Akira Toriyama, they usually don't have their own studios where they're like in the middle of nowhere, where they I'm just fucking peaceful and serene. Like no, they work in like cities usually. So in cities, you're gonna see a black person somewhere.
It is a black man.
You make him sound like a toddler.
I just remember what happened to Too Strong.
Oh my god. When he almost got attacked.
Yeah.
You know, by that mob of people who was like, melanin. That's fucked up. I almost said the other way. Melanin. No. Anyway.
Oh, so Nintendo overturned a lawsuit recently.
I mean, Nintendo's been doing lawsuit combos for the last 5 years.
Well, see, it wasn't they filed the lawsuit. Someone filed it against them.
Yeah.
Yeah, a company called iLife, I believe, filed a lawsuit against Nintendo about the Wiimote tracking technology.
Yeah.
Nintendo overturned it, so the $10 million that was supposed to get paid out from Nintendo to iLife, because the case got overturned, they don't have to pay that $10 million now.
It's crazy because when it comes to like, I know there's another company that's making the controllers for like, you know, the Switch that like go onto the thing like that or whatever. Yeah. Apparently the only thing that is special about that's patented is the slide thing on it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's another company that made a controller that's similar to that for something, and it's instead of sliding like that, they like just lock in. And it's funny because they're trying to sue them, and it's like you can't, because usually when there's some kind of patent like that for a weird new remote, it's usually for one aspect of it as opposed to the whole remote. Because remote control is already a thing that you know what I mean? Yeah. Like a wireless controller is already something that you like. Everybody already has that, so the patent is, I don't know if the patent is up or they're all paying somebody who does it or whatever, but so the only thing you're really doing is changing how you're doing the remote, and that's the thing that gets patented, and then that's the thing that people, if they steal it, then you can, sue them. So it's fucking crazy. Nintendo's been having a lot of lawsuits lately. Yeah. Over shit like that.
I'm trying to think. More Nintendo news. There's a rumor of a beefier Switch coming out, but it's not going to be in 2020. That's what the rumor is. I don't know how true that one is, because originally I found an article saying that there was no new Switch console anything coming out 2020. Then I found another one saying that one would be announced in 2020, but it wouldn't come out in 2020. So I don't know. But apparently there is a beefier one in the works. It's just not going to be in 2020.
So are they sticking with the Switch during this next console generation, or?
I think so, from what it looks like. That's where I think the beefier Switch is going to come in. I think they didn't have a name for it, but we'll just call it the Switch Pro for now. I guess the Switch Pro is going to be kind of bridge that gap a little bit.
Switch Pro.
Which actually sounds kind of cool. Switch Pro. But I don't know the actual name of it, but that's just what I'm going to just call it for now until we get some information.
I mean, with all the work that they've put into the Switch, it's not surprising that they want to keep it for the next console generation.
Also, it's like 3 years old?
Switch 3D.
And they've been porting stuff to it like crazy.
Speaking of Switch ports, Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 3 is going to be on the Switch. It's going to get a limited edition, I heard. And also, you can have weapon style changes for the Switch version of it.
Yep.
Which sounds incredibly interesting.
So everybody's freaking out because they're like, oh my god, Dante's coming to Smash. It's like, you think he will? It's like, of course. Because that's always been the rule, is like, as long as your game has been
on a Nintendo
console, then you can be in it.
Oh.
But they're also trying to limit the number of Western things, only because it's more supposed to be a Japanese. It's supposed to be marketed to Japanese people. That's who they care about more. So because the fucking Americans, they'll just fucking eat anything. They don't give a fuck. But if it's not a Japanese game character, they're usually like a little sketchy on putting it in Smash. Like even if it has been on the Nintendo, or any Nintendo.
Oh, for you Animal Crossing fans out there, there is an Animal Crossing Edition Switch coming out.
Yeah,
which should be interesting because that there's going to be an Animal Crossing game coming out, so everyone's freaking out about that.
I think they announced that with the game that there was going to be. Yep. So all you people who like to do your Animal Crossings.
Not gonna lie, Animal Crossing, like, for the GameCube was addicting, and I don't know why.
Farm Simulator, the game.
Isn't it like a management type game where you're like doing shit like that?
You're basically like taking care of the town, like pulling like weeds out of the ground, trying to make it look like a nice digging up treasures and whatnot.
Trying to make an honest day's living, the video game.
I can see that being addicting because it's like, what happens to the people if I don't keep playing? Or something like that. You're like,
on some less fun Nintendo news, you know that virus that's going around? The Wuhan coronavirus? Yeah. Apparently, that's might cause some problems for Nintendo.
Really?
Because production of the Switch takes place in China. So, like, making the Switches and stuff, a lot of it takes place in China. And since that virus is in China, Switch production might get hit.
I didn't know they were outsourcing.
Yeah, apparently they have the production for the Switch has been in China and in Vietnam, but a lot of it is in China. And because of the virus, if the virus is like prolonged before it gets taken care of, the production of the Switch is going to get hit, which means less consoles coming out, which will be a problem considering Switch is making Nintendo stupid money.
It is. Like,
I think they said like the Switch sales have put Nintendo higher than they've been in like the last 10 years or 15 years.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Because
has it outsold the Wii and all that?
Oh yeah.
I think it outsold the Wii and is catching up to the PS4.
Nice.
If I remember correctly.
Maybe I'll go buy one and help it.
You gonna get that
fuck Sony.
Animal Crossing edition?
No.
It's gonna be blue, but it's not gonna be dark blue. It's gonna be like a seafoam aqua kind of blue.
Was there like a special Skyrim edition when they ported Skyrim?
Not to my knowledge, but I'm not sure.
For the Switch?
Yeah. Probably not.
No.
Oh, I got some news for you.
Oh wait, that means that fucking Skyrim dude can be in the fucking Smash, but they'll never do that though.
I mean, actually,
Batman can be in the fucking in Smash.
Yep.
They wouldn't put a bitch in Smash like that.
Get him. But I got some news for you, Ungrateful Ninja.
Fuck you up now.
Mega Man Zero XZ Legacy Collection, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC, February 25th.
If only I had money.
But I know you love your Mega Man, so I just had to put that out there in the world for you.
Mega Man.
Maybe one of your 7
need
fans will get it for you, send it to your PO box.
I don't need you.
Did you play Mega Man Legends?
No.
No? Aw, man. Like, is that Mega Man Legends? Mega Man Legends 2 was
Ain't got no money.
There's a rumor, actually. You guys remember Mega Man NT Warrior? That was the one...
You mean God's Gift to Man?
That was when I was on Kids WB. There's a rumor that might be coming back as a game.
What?
Serena Williams, thank you.
God gives many gifts in many forms.
The only gift he ever gave was Serena Williams.
I mean, he gave you, like, a respiratory system.
Is that a gift, though?
Yeah.
Because if something...
Fucking breathe.
When it works, it's a gift.
Yeah, right? The one person who... Does anybody else have asthma here? Yeah, I was going to say, the one person who has a fuck up one. I understand it's a gift. You all take it for granted. Every breath of yours is a gift.
Alright, give me the knife. I'll stop it now for you so you won't feel...
I'll take this pen and hot iron and fuck you up. I knew I'd have to fight Shadow too. I think I wasn't prepared for it.
Why are you trying to fight me?
Nigga, why you trying to fight me?
I wasn't trying to fight you.
Then why do your words cut deeper than any knife? I'm gonna start crying like Zabuza.
First of all, I do not have yellow hair. Secondly, why are you trying to attack me in the first place?
Yeah, what did Joe ever do to you?
That fucking song, you know what he did. You know what you did. You know why. That song brings me back to the fucking swing when I was a kid. Never did. Anyway. No, so I need money for Mega Man. So I might start stealing. You wanna help me?
That's what you're doing the saving stuff for.
Yeah, stealing. Oh, for yeah.
I mean, you know.
I don't want to steal at Comic-Con because then you get kicked out.
Life band. See that teddy bear looking dude? You see him? Tranquil.
We should also probably look into like how to get the tickets the best way because like
that's what Jake has been.
Because I know I'm pretty sure people go to get tickets like as early as like what they go on sale in like April, I think.
He's the one who's supposed to look out for it and tell us when it goes on so that we can all go do that. That's what I told him. That's what his job is for.
How much are the tickets? A couple hundred?
Don't trust other people though, so I'm probably gonna look that myself just cause. How much are tickets?
I think it depends on if you're going for 1 day, 2 day, the whole weekend.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we'd be going for the whole weekend.
Yeah, because there's no way to get fucking. Oh, you're gonna be fancy and just leave.
It's in transmission.
Actually, Yue's leaving. She's only going for a couple days. She's taking a plane back.
She's flying.
On a private jet.
She'll be sitting there drinking margaritas and shit, waiting for us to get there.
Sipping champagne.
It's like, yeah.
I'll
find a new hubby. Better hubby. No, that's fucked up. I love you, Jake. This is probably the first one he's gonna listen to too. It's fucked up. The fucked up thing is I made him start listening to it, and now I'm sitting there talking shit about him. Oh, I'm sorry. He's like, oh, it's too fucking long. It's like, well, fucking, you know what else is too long? One Piece. Fix your commitment issues. I said that in that group you made me fucking join.
I didn't make you join
You kinda
anything.
did. You said that there were niggas tearing each other apart on a fucking group, and of course I was gonna join that shit. How could I not?
I put in a thing where they were talking mad shit.
Already,
one person just,
they have made me their leader. I've gotten in so many arguments and won every single one.
I told you. You see why I'd be late?
Fucking no.
I said the word and it made me their king.
Right?
They're just so stupid.
They are very dumb. The thing you shared where they're like, they put Asta as a 9 out of 10. They put Naruto as like a 1 or 3 out of 10 or something like that. I'm like, nigga. Asta is he's literally like
Called Luffy a crybaby bitch.
Like that's like I don't understand these fucking young people and their bullshit when they get caught up with new shit and it's like, okay, calm your tits, John. Calm your tits, child. Fucking what the fuck? Because like you sitting there thinking like, oh, new guy, new protagonist, he's the shit, isn't he? He's the fucking shit. But what about the old protagonist that he's fucking based on?
What?
Get something in your nose.
Did I get it?
No. You just made it jiggle.
Why you all up in my nose? Damn.
I'm trying to help you, brother.
Trying to help
What
you
if
breathe.
a hot Brazilian chick just walks through the fucking house? I'll be like, who left the door open? First of all, second of all, you came to the right place. Up, business calls, business meetings. So yeah, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
You said you were interested in Outer Worlds, right?
I not just interested. I bought it already, and I need to play it.
I was gonna say if you hadn't bought it yet, I know you. One day you want to get a Switch. It's coming out for the Switch and merch.
Huh?
Is it in there?
What?
Is it in there?
There's one in there.
Right.
No.
No? Fourth?
Yeah.
Fourth.
I got no money.
Mine is upstairs.
Where? Mine is like in the ether. I'm still put it together and fucking
Gotta put
make
it
it
together
real.
like King Neptune in water. Just
pretty much, yeah.
But no, I actually appreciate you like saying I got something on my nose. Like usually, like people like let's say you got something on your face or something like that. A lot of people walk by, won't say shit, just stare at you, won't say shit.
I mean, it could be worse. They could take a picture and put it on Facebook. Like, hey, you see that dude walking around?
Look at this dude with this boulder in his fucking nose.
Some guy actually did. It was a while ago, remember? I think they took a picture of you being at the bus stop. And as soon as he tried to,
Yo, my cousin went. And
he tried
like a random person did?
Yeah,
like somebody was in their car. Took a picture of like I had because I had just dyed my hair. Well, my hair was dyed, but because like of how long I had it in, it was like faded out, so it gave it like a kind of pinkish hue because I had it like it was purple. And I was like, of course, on my way to work, had my just waiting to cross the street so I can get to the bus stop. Apparently, somebody took a picture of me, like, of course, my back turned, and my cousin like knew like who it was because they tagged. They originally tagged someone that my sister-in-law knew. My sister-in-law saw that, notified me about it.
Ooh.
And then I'm like really? It's like, okay, so this dude's like
stump somebody.
This dude's like making like joking about me because he wants to be a basic bitch and be like I was like,
yo,
what's wrong with
the
the color
floodgate? As soon as he posted it, the floodgates opened. Like,
right.
I saw his mom went in on.
Oh shit!
It was so fucking
like my cousin like messaged them and
his cousin went in, his mom went in,
it's like
everybody went in on this dude.
Fucking deserves it. Good. Fucking judging people by the color of their hair. Fucking dumb.
Obviously, they didn't watch Dragon Ball Z.
Why you always gotta betray me, Joseph? How many knives are in my back right now? I can't even tell. There's so many I can't feel them. It's like, wait. Look, it's a constellation. It's like fucking. Yeah, right.
Shadow Man.
What's up?
Have you played that Ultimate or Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 yet?
No.
Because they came out with some free DLC costumes. For Gwen, she has the Gwenum skin. Miles Morales has
Gwenum.
like urban costume, like just normal wear. Venom has an anti-venom costume.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which is kind of a bummer a little bit.
Anti-venom powers.
Because instead of putting anti-venom in, they gave Venom an anti-venom costume. But from a fan perspective, it's like, cool, we're getting, that costume.
Yeah.
And then Camilla Khan, Miss Marvel, she got a urban wear costume or skin as well.
Nice.
So I'm like,
urban wear.
Yeah, just like normal everyday kind of stuff.
Oh.
But I mean the Gwenum and the freaking anti-venom is gonna be great though.
That's not dope.
And they're free, which is always great.
Yeah. Free DLC is like, it's always nice.
Yeah.
It's like you guys care about us. You developers. You.
Rumham.
Oh, Code Vein's first DLC is out now also. Code Vein, the game where Eric kept dying on that boss.
Give me the pussy.
Yep, the first DLC I believe came out January 25th, January 26th.
I still can't believe
January 29th.
He just didn't dodge that. He just took that kick to the pussy and just fucking died from it.
Yep. First DLC I believe is called.
Like, I learned this from Trump.
The camel clutch. Is that Trump's move? It's like fucking. What the fuck was that?
That was Ramesh.
Oh yeah.
Ramesh. I'm sorry
Ramesh.
if I pronounced your name wrong.
Yo, that was fucked up. They had dude have to preside over a case where it was his mother and his wife. And his mom was the defendant, and his wife was pissed because she's like, your mom cooks food for us, even though I just finished making a vegan meal for you. Just like fucking.
The mom should have said, well, your food is bland.
I was like, that's what happens when you marry a white woman.
Now, let you guys know, this is like a deep Indian type dude.
He's Indian, obviously mom Indian, but
the wife is white.
Wife is British and white, not just white. That's a special type of white. That's a definite no seasoning white.
So she's definitely trying to cook all the curry and all this stuff, and then
Why does the curry taste like water?
And he can't say anything.
and why is his
fucking assistant sitting there digging his fucking. Which one tastes better? He's like, why are you doing this to me? Fucking.
Well, which one is your favorite? Like,
word, you might as well just ask him.
Like,
who do you love more?
say, shut the fuck up.
To the point where he had to leave. Like he couldn't even fucking do it anymore. Had the fucking the bailiff come up to be the judge.
Actually, there's this show that it was on. They got canceled. It was called Franklin and Bash about these two lawyers.
Yeah, I remember that show.
And the episode I just watched recently.
For a dumb long time, wasn't
it? Like it had 4 seasons. It got canceled after 4 seasons.
Not bad.
The episode I watched recently, one of the main characters, taller guy, his mom got arrested for prostitution. So the jokes, man,
Charlie's mom.
It was great because like he was like, okay, you get one joke, just one joke.
Did you fuck my mom?
It was great because he was like, you get one joke, and his partner was like, I'm not gonna joke about your mom. That's your mom. She helped raise me. She's awesome. And he was like, okay, you're all cool, but if this is your mom, and he was like, well, my mom's not a prostitute. And he was like, that's my one. I'm sorry, that's my one. I started dying.
You know you can't win like any more arguments like ever. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. I want because I started it and never finished it, so I'm going back to finish it.
E equals MC squared. Yeah, but your mom was a prostitute. Shit. You can't win nothing ever. Talk shit about anybody else for the rest of your life.
Actually, what's the name is in it?
Isn't that guy from one of the guys is the guy from Garfield movies? Doesn't he play John in the Garfield movies?
I'm trying to think. Because the only person I recognize, like, just straight up recognize, was that movie with Batista, Stuber. He's one of the guys in that. The guy who plays the Lyft driver. He's in Franklin Bash.
The Indian dude?
Yeah.
That's remember the guy was his name was like Kunal something.
Yeah.
That Kunal Nadir or something like that. I think it might be. That's the guy I told you. He's like everybody's freaking out about him because he's gonna be in Eternals, and he posted a picture like a shirtless picture after he started working out and everything. Like he's apparently buff now. So I thought that was fun. He's gonna be in a movie with.
Still looks weird.
I mean, you can't fix working out doesn't fix your face. You know, unless you get hit in the face with the weights. But
or a shovel.
I'll say, or pull a SpongeBob what he did to Squidward.
Yeah, hit him with a door over and over again.
Hit him with that Sanji.
Word. Fucking
Ready, good.
What I get?
Still going. Going.
So that just lets me know that this house is like unsettled and shit. Because how the fuck did it roll all the way over there?
Still going.
No, it's done.
What'll land on?
Can't tell. It's too dark.
74.
So that, friends, is a D100. Basically a fucking ball. There's no point even. It's stupid.
47.
47. That's not bad. Not bad.
Reverse of what I said. 74. Who said that? Who's it in?
It's because I casted reverse, so whenever you try to do any of your powers on
Mirror
my
Force
stuff. Exactly. It goes backwards. Anyway, fucking. Nah, so, it's almost like. It's like practically a fucking ball. It's almost useless. Anyway.
Like soccer.
Why were people trying to argue that about soccer and the uselessness?
No, because again, there's people not knowing what the fuck the fight scene is. Cause you talking about the GIF with her being controlled by Chio?
Yeah, the GIF where Chio's controlling her and then she's like,
it's
you can see those moves are unnatural. Even for a cartoon character, those moves are unnatural.
And typically, when a character moves unnatural like that, there's a reasoning for it. It's not just, oh, this character just does it. It's like, oh no, this character, that's their thing.
I didn't see the strings. It's like, because Granny Chio's not a fucking basic, you idiot. You're not supposed to see the strings.
Give away the secret of jutsu.
Yeah, exactly. What is she controlling? Oh, I can see the fucking tree over there that she's attached it to. She's gonna throw a tree limb at me. It's like fucking, come on, dude. It's basic shit. Pay attention.
Oh, so you know how there's that Final Fantasy VII remake coming out? So Square Enix, I believe it's Square Enix, are putting out some jewelry for it. And the jewelry this time is going to be Tifa jewelry. So they're going to have earrings and necklaces and bracelets.
Is it going to come out? Is it going to be like with the game, like bundled with it or something?
To my knowledge, no. But there might be a special edition later on that does. And the jewelry is fetching for about $147.
Damn. They're trying to boost the sales because after delaying it to April, apparently it's going to come out right in between like Cyberpunk 2077 and I think the Resident Evil remake.
Yep.
So
actually,
yeah,
Cyberpunk 2077 got pushed back.
Did it?
Yep, September.
Nice.
Yep, September 17th, I believe.
So you know what that means? That means they're actually trying to work on things.
Yep.
Unlike what was that? Iceborne? I think I told you about.
Actually, I think that's like the 5th game they announced in like the last 2 months that got pushed back. Like a lot of games have been getting pushed back. I'm not complaining. I'm just
Cyberpunk's gotten pushed back.
It's got pushed back because Cyberpunk got pushed back.
I think it's been pushed back a couple times.
Trying to think. I think there's something else that got pushed back too. Just can't think of it off the top of my head right now.
Hopefully, this means that developers are actually starting to, pay attention. They don't want to release steaming piles of shit instead of,
Oh, Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah,
Marvel's Avengers had got pushed back to September. Oh, and Iron Man VR got pushed back. I mean, it got pushed back to May, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Iron Man VR sounds kind of awesome, but you need VR stuff. It's for the PS4, so it's like, eh.
So Square Enix only really has to compete with Resident Evil, I guess, which is a remake of a game that I think 3 is not a fan favorite.
It's not as much as 2.
Yeah, 2 is.
It is a fan favorite, but not nearly as much as 2.
Oh, wow.
I have a question. I don't know if you know the answer though. Is Square Enix working on Marvel's Avengers? Because I thought they were.
I don't know.
All right, because I think that's gonna be in September also. But if they're both working on it, then
I wouldn't be surprised.
It'll be huge. It'll be huge in the West because I mean it's Avengers and comic book stuff is really big right now.
2 big projects coming out though, so I wouldn't be if they are working on it. I wouldn't be surprised if they push it back.
Yeah.
That's good though, because now you have people who are not trying to compete with people to the point where they're like, I want to get my game out first just to have it out first.
Yeah, and it's like, but the game isn't finished.
Or Iceborne, because apparently on PC people are having problems with Iceborne. I was telling Joe this the other day, but apparently Iceborne, when you play it on the PC, it pulls so much power that it is like actively shutting people's houses down or dimming people's lights and shit like that when they turn it on.
Now, are they playing on like ultra real?
No,
everything all the way up.
Basic.
Maybe they shouldn't have basic systems then.
No, it's not even that. These are people whose computers, they're like in the 1% of the 1%. So we have performance computers because we use them. These are the motherfuckers who are, if we are to them as casual people are to us. So like their computer could eat our computer for breakfast. Indigestion. Fucking anyway, they're still having problems because basically the game does this dumb thing where they have anti-cheat, right? Mm. And that's something you especially need on a PC version of things because people hack those things. That's how they mod a lot of stuff inside third blah blah or whatever, or try to kill monsters in one fucking
I will admit some of the mod skins are cool because I've seen someone do like I think they turned like a Teostra into like a Liger Zero or something, which I'm like, bruh, pretty fucking make a crossover. I want Liger Zero Pelico.
Exactly. But anyway, so they have these anti-cheat things, and apparently when you play Iceborne, you're running World's anti-cheat, Iceborne, and Iceborne's anti-cheat. And when you're doing all of that at the same time, playing Iceborne, it just like all CPU. All your CPU power is being run by the computer, and the computer starts pulling crazy amounts from your house and everything. And people have reported like power outages or dimming of the lights in the side third blah blah. And it's fucking crazy.
Nah, their house is just on it. That's all it is.
Right? Fucking. They wish.
Speaking of hauntings. One of these podcasts, we're going to have to talk about like ghosts and stuff. I would love to do that, you know?
We can do that right this
No! I said in the future podcast.
There was no echo.
The guy has spoken.
No, I'm still the fuck. Anyway, fucking, so... basically, I don't fucking...
Because I want you to be
too humble.
Like you told us.
Art God in your own right.
Because
like
you said...
You issued a challenge to an art god. You can't do something like that unless you are another one of at least equal.
Or Natsu.
What challenge?
Overwatch.
Let's see if you can draw this thing.
Oh.
I was like...
Like, isn't the paper still up there?
Arms are too short to box with God.
Did it get moved?
Unless you have the brush. It's destiny. Anyway.
I think it actually is.
The other day, unless Joe cleaned threw out a piece of our history. Anyway, that fucking rapper, I was eating that while fucking talking shit to Carl about something. How could you throw it out? That could have gotten us money.
Did you hear about the dude who faked his death so his wife would stop asking him for money?
Wait, what?
Oh shit. Oh fuck!
Excuse me.
How far did he go? How illegal was it? Because remember, I told you faking your death is not illegal as long as you're not like wasting cops' time or producing bullshit documents and all that kind of stuff. Yep, so did he just tell her that he just had someone tell her like, oh, he's dead?
No, all that happened.
So he did the super illegal version.
So far that the news caught wind of it, and then the news reporter had to do some digging and found out the fact that he's still alive. And then he said because she keeps calling me and asking me for phones every week because somehow she lost her phone or got stolen, and I just sent her 6 iPhone 11s within a week.
Damn.
Okay, no, that bitch selling them.
Yeah.
There's no way in fuck.
And then keep saying, "Oh, I don't have money." After it's like, how much is? And then he just got tired of it. He said, "Well, I'm dead."
Is this his? You said that was his wife. Is that his wife that he's separated from, or?
Yeah, because he's here in Medica, or she's
divorced.
down in like Brazil or something.
Oh, she definitely selling those shits. She living like a fucking queen of the favelas or whatever. God damn.
Had me dying. I was like, damn, you had to fake.
Yeah.
The whole. And a news reporter just had to go digging.
How do you can ghost from somebody in another country without fucking.
He might have did too much, and that's what got the news attention.
It's because he was, I guess, like a pretty nice guy, so a lot of people knew him. It was like just like
he was too nice. He came back to hunt him. See, you got to be in the middle. You can't be too nice. You can't be too mean. You got to be in the middle, so that way you're forgettable.
Sometimes I'd be like saying,
that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm just
same.
What, fly under the radar?
Like trying to see if I can fake my death and be like, rest in peace, Joe, on my profile. See, like, who's going to believe this?
Like I told you, man, you can faking your death is not illegal. The parts of the fraud that surrounds faking your death, like
you get a death
documents and that's what I'm saying. You can just walk away from your life and leave a message. I'm gonna kill myself and just walk away. Nobody else ever see you again, and then it's like, well, I mean, technically there's no fraud because you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything that leaves a death certificate. You didn't leave a body. You didn't do this, that, and third. So, or not even leave a note. Just fucking walk away. Walk away from your life and then.
That's just abandonment. Faking one's death is
that
when
is
they go through the whole
That
thing.
is what some people do when they fake their own death. They just disappear. Because that's the right way to fake your death. You're thinking of like the TV version of I gotta get a fucking doll or whatever and put my blood in it or this, that, and third.
We talking about the TV thing.
You know why?
Where do you think they got that from?
The TV, because they're fucking idiots.
No, they got it from people actually doing that stupid
people
shit.
who fake their deaths don't actually leave all that shit. Unless they do and they're fucking idiots because they're
Where do
doing
you think
fraud.
they got it from? Real life.
No, they got it from TV. That's
it
stupid.
It was not TV.
It's stupid.
Because before TV
people
came
are like,
out, people were faking their deaths.
I have to fucking leave a body and shit for this, that. It's like, no, you could walk away. Just walk away from your life. People will think you're dead or disappeared or whatever. You're not committing any type of fraud or anything like that.
They won't believe that because they need a body.
There are plenty of people that go missing all the fucking time and they don't have a body.
Want a body.
And they're just like, well, that
just
person's
like with
dead.
bounty
Because after
hunters,
2 years, they're
going
just
after
like, that
bounties
person's
in the
dead.
Old West. If you don't have a body that's clear as fuck, you ain't getting paid. They all want a body.
That's not the same thing. You're talking about
and
it
then
from,
you got
from the
grave
perspective
robbers
of a
stealing
fucking
bodies
bounty.
and shit. And it's like, they've done this before.
That's from the perspective of a bounty hunter. That's not the same.
I'm not saying, I was using it as an example.
Yeah, it's a bad example.
It's not a bad example because you're just trying to make it seem like anyway people have done it before,
and everybody has
and what
bankais.
you
Damn it!
are saying not everybody has bankai because
Except for
Aizen doesn't have
Kenpachi.
it. Because Aizen doesn't have it and Yoruichi
Doesn't say he
have
doesn't have it. He does have it. He just never used it. Because fuck these
because he
people.
doesn't have it.
Because he doesn't have it, or because he never used it.
Because he doesn't have it.
Because he never used it.
Because he doesn't have it.
Because he never used it.
He doesn't have
He
it.
never used it.
I mean, you can't use something you don't have.
Boom.
He has it.
The art god has spoken.
He has it.
The art god has spoken. You can't refute any of that.
I
mess.
can though, because he's not my god.
Yoruichi doesn't have a bankai either. She just has a fucking
Yes, she
sword.
does. They have
I'm just going to go on the record and say
It
I'm not
doesn't
got it all
mean that
sold.
they have. She probably doesn't have a regular Shikai either. She
So,
can have a Zanpakuto
I looked
and
this
not
shit.
do shit.
I looked this shit up the other day. There has never been a captain who didn't have a bankai aside from Kenpachi. The way that he got in,
They say so much shit. Even with shit from you're saying with the data books, anyone could just go in and just do whatever. You can't really touch it. It's the same thing.
when it
If you
comes
have
to,
so many people in
when
here-
it comes to bullshit, I've always said when it comes to the data books, when it comes to the bullshit stats that they put in there,
Yep.
that's what's fucked
Yeah.
up. That's the dumb shit. The lore for their story is not. They're not unless Tite Kubo is a huge fucking idiot, which I wouldn't be surprised if he was, because he's just an artist. He's not a story writer.
Right.
But
I think I've seen her on Twitter.
I just want to besmirch this whole man thing.
Pretty sure.
That's fucked up.
Pretty sure I shared her.
Wow.
Just didn't.
All right, I'm getting off this conversation because you just get really
Well,
belligerent right now.
Just to play it safe.
they all have bankai.
They don't all have bankai.
Every
End of
single
story.
one in history has had one.
No, because Kenpachi
And
doesn't
the
have
thing-
one, so
and the
they
thing-
just fucked up.
What did I say? There's always an exception.
You just
to the,
said everyone
There's
in
always an
history.
exception to the
You
rule.
just said everyone.
What
in
is history, Joe?
You just said it.
Shit that just happened,
you
right?
just said it.
Yeah. And there's always an exception to the rule. There's that one. He's the
But
only
it's
one.
not an exception to the rule if they put it in from the get-go that you don't need it in certain ways.
They didn't say that. They've never said
Only one has a way to say that you have to have a
so
Bankai.
the thing that I was looking at the other day,
the thing
that I was looking at the other day, the thing where you get the recommendations from the other captains, I was right about, because it does not say that you need a Bankai, but what it does say is that a captain has to, 3 captains have to recommend you, and then 6 other captains have to agree, and like I said, those captains are not even going to consider you if you don't have
You
a Bankai.
don't know that.
I know that for a fact because they say it.
They said it. It's like actually
If
said
you look
in the
up
manga.
Bankai in the fucking... If you look up Zanpakuto and what makes a fucking captain, they say that.
They say what?
Also, the
What do they say?
The Now's family can't have... what's his name?
What do they say?
It says if you're gonna get recommended to become a captain, other captains are not going to look at you as if you are a captain if you don't have a Bankai. It is one of the things that they look for when they are scouting people for becoming a captain. Other captains have to agree. There's 13 of them. You need 9 motherfuckers on your fucking side. That means 3 motherfuckers have to like you enough to be like, yeah, I'll recommend him. I'll be the one to be like, I'm gonna recommend this nigga.
And
6 other people have to be like,
what else can they do?
6
Say,
other
I challenge you because you're a fuckhead and I'm gonna beat your ass.
And the
because
only
you
people who do
don't
that
agree with it.
are the Kenpachis, and the only other Kenpachi, the very first Kenpachi, Retsu Unohana, right? She left the position, so there was no one who could have killed her because obviously she's still alive. No one killed her, which meant that for them to get that level of fucking to become a captain or whatever after her, the next Kenpachi after her couldn't have killed another captain. He had to fucking go through the other 2 ways, which you need fucking Bankais for, because Bankais have existed for a dumb long time. Ichibei.
What about Zaraki did kill a captain though?
He did. I'm talking about the person, the Kenpachi directly after her. He wasn't. There have been 11 apparently.
Okay.
And we only know about 4. We know the first one. We know him. We know the one he killed, and we know the one that guy killed. I think they might name him. And
was the one that Zaraki killed also one?
A Kenpachi?
Yeah.
Yes, but he had a Bankai. He did. And that was my thing. Like, if the first person had a Bankai and then she just left, whatever, the next person either went through the school or got recommendations, which means that they almost definitely had a Bankai. Then that means that the next person, in order to be able to defeat them and not be of note, like we don't even know his fucking name, in order for him to defeat another fucking captain that had a Bankai, probably would have had to have a Bankai. No, there's only one person in history who's ever defeated a captain who's ever become a captain without having a Bankai. So that way is the way that you would become a captain without having a Bankai, but he's the only person to ever do it, to defeat a captain who had a Bankai without having one. So that's why we know him, and that's why he's the special one. They say that multiple times. He's the only person in history. Yoruichi told Ichigo that when she was training him. And Renji went through his own training. He had the materialization thing already, and he was already done. The thing we were talking about last night with his Bankai training. So he was pretty much already close to the end, and he also
one thing
brute forced his way into his Bankai.
It's kind of fucking me with your story. What are you talking about with Unohana? She didn't leave any position.
She was the Kenpachi, and then she decided to stop doing that. And
that's a title thing.
Yeah, she left the title,
but she never stopped.
She was the leader of Squad 11, then she moved to 4.
Yeah, because she wanted to deal with.
She didn't want to be. She didn't want to be Kenpachi anymore.
Yeah, but Squad 11 is not just saying you have to. Again, that's early. That's dumb early on. And
apparently, everybody's always had Zanpakuto.
Because even before that dude?
My dude, the leader of the Zero Division, was the first person to ever get his Shikai and Bankai. He was the first person to ever use an Aoshi or whatever, like a blank of Zanpakuto, and then imprint his whatever into it, and then get a Shikai and a Bankai. So, which means if he's the first one, that means like every single Soul Reaper has had the Aoshi or whatever the fuck he calls it.
So they had Zanpakuto before the dude who makes him?
The dude who makes him was back there. He was as far back as that.
I'm saying, like, was he the first then?
He was the first to have a Zanpakuto. There was
the
a
first one to make
whole
it.
world before him.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Changed it, how they did things. It's because of the fact that he created the.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Because if you said everyone had one, then that would make him.
Well, that's the thing.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
He created mass-produced Zanpakuto before he would make Zanpakuto specifically for certain people, and that's why Ichibei or what the fuck is his name? Is it Kusakabe or?
I thought it was Ichibei.
Is it Ichibei? Ichibei was the first person to ever get any Zanpakuto. And then once he started making the mass-produced ones, that's when they started giving them to other people who weren't just captains. Mm-hmm. Because before, it's like, well, if I can only make a couple of these and I don't know how to mass-produce them yet, Kamen Rider. Why am I? Why give Michi a fucking
what
a
do
belt?
You mean by,
he's not even good yet.
It was the fact that he created the Zanpakutos at all.
Yeah,
they weren't around from like the start. It was the fact that
they weren't around from the start, but once they started making like an actual, it doesn't say exactly when he mastered his Shikai and the Bankai. It only says he was the first one, but it was far back enough that it was around the time when they first started like actually becoming a thing. Because remember before they said they were like a band of murderers or whatever, this, that, and third. But like they also said that every single person who's ever been a captain also had a Zanpakuto. So whatever they were before. I can't comment on whatever they were before because he doesn't really tell us what happened before. But as long as they've been the Gotei 13, they've all had Zanpakuto. Because I know Wash, I still don't know how to say his name.
Yawich or whatever.
He said that they were a band of murderers in the and third right before they became the Gotei 13, and even in early years of being Gotei 13, they were just a band of murderers or whatever. Even back then, they had swords when they were. Once they started using the name Gotei 13, they had swords.
You know, it was always weird to me for Bleach. How like usually
the continuity errors.
No, I was gonna say usually in a series where you have characters that are like thousands of years old, they're like mad busted. Then you have like a random like, oh, I'm 12. I'm just gonna body that 1,000-year-old dude who's been fighting 10 times longer than I've been alive.
There were when
prodigies.
When what's his name died. There was the dumb shit that people were saying. Ichigo wouldn't have died from that. I was like, you shut your fucking mouth. When Yamamoto died, the internet exploded with, oh, well, Ichigo probably wouldn't have lost that. I'm like, well, Ichigo's a dumb idiot who's the fucking main character who has magical main character bullshit.
Yeah.
Don't stop him from dying.
I think all
that plot. The pure fact that he can't be in that state because, A, he's going to destroy everything. So he himself can't even be in there because I'm going to destroy the everything and everybody.
Yeah.
So I have to power down. Also, he's dumb old, so now his body can't handle the amount of power that he has.
Also, we talked about that last night too. I think it's weird that dude is like Yamamoto is that old when Ichibei is not.
He is.
If he is, then why?
You talking about looks?
Yes, he doesn't look anything like that.
It's the ratio that he stays up to that keeps him looking like that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Yamamoto, goddamn, you need to be sending him like care packages.
I think all of them. I think all the Zero Division, except for like 2 or 3, are older than
Yamamoto.
Yeah.
They talked about
because the creator of Zanpakuto is still up there, and that's clearly older than him.
I think Yamamoto's been there since the beginning, though. Like it's hard to tell because he doesn't fucking tell us anything. But I'm pretty sure that at the very least Ichibei and what's his name were there at the very very beginning. Like Yamamoto, I don't know who
he called Yamamoto youngster or kid or whatever.
Yes,
you don't.
But I'm saying like if with Souls it's dumb. So regardless of how like he could have known him for a dumb long time as a kid. And then he's like, hey kid, want to join my murder gang? And then next thing you know, it's like that kid's always been there, and that kid becomes Yamamoto or whatever.
He was never part of that.
Why Kegels?
Yamamoto was the one who had the whole little murder crew.
Yeah, Ichibei was part of that.
No, Ichibei was separate. He wasn't part of that.
Yeah, he was. They were part. That was what became the Gotei 13. Dude has always been a part of the Gotei 13.
No, Ichibei has always been a part of Zero Division.
No, I thought they said no. They said he ascended after a certain point.
Ichibei. I don't think Ichibei and Yamamoto was ever part of that
together.
Yeah, I don't think they were ever
Yeah, that's how
together.
they know each other.
No, because the 13 has the head of the 13, of course, going to know the Zero Division, because who else is going?
No, I think they were part of the same group, and then they created a system to protect the Soul King and all this other shit.
That's what Google's for.
Yeah.
I actually had a question, and then I got lost in the y'all conversation. It was a Bleach question though. It was
What, is Ichigo a bitch? Yes, he is.
Oh no, my question is, I mean, we already know that.
Fucking reminded him of the question.
We already know that. Actually, it was an Ichigo related question. What I was gonna say is,
You just answered the question.
Yes.
He's a bitch.
Has there ever been any other character in any anime that has had as much plot armor as Ichigo?
Naruto.
Yes.
Naruto.
Yes. I'll say Naruto was putting more.
Oh wait!
You talking about the guy who's died twice?
Wait! Wow! You just
That is the opposite of plot armor. This nigga died from a thing that shouldn't have killed him.
3 times?
I don't. Okay, name the 3 times. Because what point are you? Because he's
Twice by oh fucking hell! I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Number 4. Ukiura.
number 4.
Is he
Why did I
4?
think of Unohana when you said it? Like, why did Unohana just kill Ichigo?
I mean, when she looked at him. Have everybody shook. I'm just saying, she's a beast.
That's mad funny. I was always confused by why people were afraid of her, and I'm glad they filled that in. But
And then when during the training, didn't he technically die during that training?
Yes, he did.
which training?
Was Urahara?
He did.
From the get go, didn't he?
Oh, that
actually
first
die?
training.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, I think he did.
He
Then they put him in the
right,
hole, and he
yeah.
had to like do the whole.
because he severed his soul chain. Well,
He died.
does that count as dying?
Yeah, he died for a split second. Went
Taken out of
hollow
his. Yeah.
as a last resort, and then came back. So yeah, I count that as death.
I just remember something.
Yes.
I gotta let Broseph know.
It's kind of 1 second though. It's kind of weird when you talk about whether or not he died when it's like the thing that he is already a thing that like exists on both sides of like life and death. So it's like, did you really die? As a human, I guess, yeah, but he's more than
Did you
human.
die?
He's more than human, so it's like I don't know.
Yeah, because plot armor.
I was at the store and I saw a Vicious pop. I saw a Spiegel pop, and I saw a All for One pop.
Yeah, Jake told us about that last night.
Yeah.
The All for One pop is interesting. It's got the fist from the fight. Yeah,
And the ugly face.
and he always has an ugly face. He's like, I got.
Well, no,
face.
it shows it. Like after you
Yeah.
get punched in the face.
The one I saw, he had the mask thing on.
Yeah, he still had the
okay.
mask.
He had the Bane mask.
Because remember, it had those stupid pipes coming out of it.
The Vicious looked nice.
Did
though.
they ever go into like how One for All like lost his
All Might.
He
Slap-
punched him
he
so
slapped
hard.
The shit out of
He
him.
punched him so hard he doesn't have eyes.
Yeah.
So
I
at
mean-
what point did he?
Well,
have
he doesn't
eyes?
really,
We've
like-
never seen him with.
honestly like because One for All he basically just has like a mouth.
Yeah, I know.
He's a thumb.
They didn't have mouths, did they?
I don't remember. It's been so long. It's just the shape of the head and everything.
Yeah.
But I was actually gonna say, you know that Naruto punched Sasuke that hard.
Yeah.
That one fight, Sasuke face with.
It went from
And Sasuke rebounded. Sasuke
fucking
rebounded.
punch ever.
He looked like
he
Death
could
the
rebound quick. He was on the ground like ah.
He looked like Death the Kid when the fucking Kishin with the skin. He's like, it's like ooh, no.
Yeah, there's Goku.
Goku's got plot armor. Yes, it's literally an aura around him. I
Well,
wouldn't.
no, because he
I wanna
gets
argue-
fucked up. Goku gets fucked up though. And
I want to argue that Yusuke doesn't have plot armor because he fucking died twice.
Goku's died like 4 times.
That's different though because they don't. That show doesn't respect life at all.
I know.
You can come back as the evil in fucking Halo. It's like, then what's the point of giving a shit about me coming back at all? If I can be in the human world and like still fuck my wife and be fucking, I just have a Halo. It's like, who gives a shit? At least with Yusuke, like in that world, when you die, it's possible to possibly maybe come back, but there's stakes. There's fuck ups that can happen where you don't come back, and there's also afterlife, and you can't just walk around. You can be a ghost, but that's not as good as being a person.
I mean, there's stakes in Dragon Ball Z. If they kill all the Shenrons, not coming back.
They could just make more Shenrons.
Kill
They
those.
literally could just go to Namek, pick a fucking person, like, you can just grab a motherfucker, force energy into this motherfucker, and then he's strong enough to create Dragon Balls. Like,
Just wiping everybody out. Just playing it down.
there's no way to, unless you defeat all of the Namekians, and even then, there's the Universe Dragon Ball, so it's like, or the Multiverse Dragon Balls or whatever, so it's like, you never truly get rid of all the Dragon Balls.
Zeno can.
Can he, though?
Yeah.
Can he get rid of the Dragon? Can he get rid of the...
Because he can.
He's the creator of everything.
He gets rid of
Can he-
universes.
Well, yeah, universes, but those are beyond universes. Can he do that?
Yeah.
Or rather, should he do that? Because is that gonna fuck up like everything if he does that?
No.
That I don't know.
It's literally. All right.
Well, yeah, but like it seems like they're like woven into the whatever of the universes. So
I don't
if
know
he
how.
gets- Is it like
for what?
for the Dragon Balls, for like the fucking
For the universal ones,
universal ones, where it's like you're taking Dragon Balls from each universe or whatever and putting them together.
No, he puts them in there so no one guy can just go and get
exactly.
them. But that's not stopping anybody from yanking
But
them
they're
out of
not
the
connected
universe.
to-
No, because remember,
No, not yanking them out. I'm talking about him destroying them.
they have no connection to the universes whatsoever. It's just connection to him.
So that much power being destroyed is not going to have any adverse effects on the universes.
Does it have any adverse effect dealing with the Earth?
It had adverse effect when you fucking tried to use one. Because didn't they use the universal Dragon Balls and like shit was shaking everywhere and stuff was like
No.
falling apart and shit?
No.
Huh. I saw that. I saw that clip at least. People were like, "What the fuck is going on?" Oh, someone's using Universe Dragon. I was like, "Universe Dragon? Fucking what? What did they wish for?"
At the end of the tournament or in general?
A sandwich.
Whatever they use the Universe Dragon Balls for.
A ham sandwich.
Twice.
Yeah, that's why I actually would.
That'd be the best fucking ham sandwich in like all the 9
Yeah.
I
rounds.
do feel like the first one
it was
food.
mediocre.
I can't remember. Something stupid.
Well, because then what's the name use it for the Black Goku thing?
That
No.
that
That wasn't the Universe Dragon Ball?
He had asked Zeno to just erase it.
No, I'm talking about when he body jacked him. Wasn't that the Universe Dragon?
No.
Oh, that wasn't? Oh, okay, I thought that was the Universe Dragon.
What is that one?
I
say?
think he just used a regular Dragon Ball.
Nah, they were like the dragon was. I think they were like planet-sized Dragon Balls though.
Yeah, it was like a huge gold ass dragon.
Yeah, I thought that was the universe. That's what I thought. I thought that was Universe Dragon because I watched the fights. I didn't really watch the
Dragon
in-between
itself.
stuff.
That's cool,
Only
not the
in
aura.
an angel. They have to know angel speech in order to even activate
Well-
it. I don't think.
Well, but what's the name? Isn't he
I
like a
think
Kai
Beast
trained or
was
something
the one
though?
who did it.
Yeah, but they don't know the
Okay.
angel speech though.
Well,
Like,
it was
specifically
Yeah, okay.
only angels can talk to it.
I thought. the
Well, I don't
angels
know.
were
I don't
the
know
ones
which
who-
dragon it was, but it was mad big, and he was like, "I want to body jack Goku," and then he switched. He switched with Goku, and then that's how he got Goku Black and everything.
I haven't gotten to that point. I don't really know.
That's what I thought happened.
Now from what
do
the
we need to watch
Supreme
Dragon Ball Super
Kais,
together?
I think it's they don't know the speech for angels.
Okay. I don't know
Which
because
is
I'm pretty
just
sure.
speaking backwards.
I'm pretty sure. Like I saw
Is
a
it
clip
really? That's dumb.
because if I'm also Zatanna would be beast in that universe. But I only saw the clip, but he was Zeno or not Zeno, Zemetsu or whatever his name. He was talking to a mad big golden dragon, and then he like went to Earth, and then he was like, "Hey Goku," switch bodies, and then he just murked everybody, and then he was going around as Goku Black, and Trunks was like, "Oh no," and then stuff. I mean, I could be wrong. Like I said, I only watched the fights.
No, if you say the only gold dragon is the
Like I said, I
Somebody-
only saw a clip and then only watched the fights. I didn't watch the in between stuff because
Word.
you watch Dragon Ball Z for the fights. I mean, let's be honest. You watch for the fights.
Or Bulma getting smacked by Beerus. That was
Yeah.
a great
Bye,
moment.
Bulma.
What is with
Cause
you and
fuck
women
Bulma.
getting hit?
No, not women. Bulma. Bulma is a fucking bitch. She has been since we first met her.
Wow, she's changed.
You ever see a child and you're like, that
She's
child's
changed.
a bitch.
She's changed.
Has she though?
Yes,
No.
she had a child.
That made her worse.
Why
She
she
brought that child to a
children?
fucking. She brought that child to a fucking war zone. That was terrible. That was very stupid.
I mean, she did have sex with an alien in like a day after beating him. So I mean,
Word, he wasn't even like all the way good.
word.
He just had dick and was there.
Girls like bad guys.
Also, I that was actually something I wanted to talk about. That is entirely bullshit. The whole
good girls looking bad guys.
well, kind of, but
That's a
the
bad
whole
fight.
Dragon Ball Z thing where they're like, oh, we train at like higher levels of gravity and shit like that. Dragon Ball Z has always shown us that you get stronger as a result of your aura and how you use your energy and stuff like that, which is why like regular Goku wasn't the one stopping Trunks' sword with his finger. He had to put aura in, or like he had to turn the powers on.
That's why Dragon Ball Z characters can get
the fact
sniped.
that He did that.
Yeah, he literally had to.
But there have been times where they were like, even at low levels of, well, for them, low levels of gravity, where they're like only, what, like 5 Gs or whatever, that should still destroy your body. Like, your bones shouldn't be able to handle that shit at all. That's not something that...
Are you talking about humans, though?
No, I'm talking about Saiyans, too.
Because
Because their bones break from dumb shit.
Actually, I was actually gonna ask. Yeah,
Even so you're saying that a Saiyan... Goku...
see, I was actually gonna
started off as a bitch as a child because there were humans that could fuck him up. The simple fact that there were humans that could fuck him up meant that, like,
it's a baby.
I mean, I guess you could argue maybe that it's like, oh, they were fucking older than him. They've had time, like General, like is it General or Admiral? I don't want to fuck his name up. So I want him like throwing a log through the
Tao?
house. Yeah,
I don't remember. I just know Tao.
it's General or Admiral. It's General, right?
I think it's General.
Yeah, because he wouldn't be an admiral. He doesn't have ships.
Yeah, yo.
Dream, he could be a good. If it's a fucking admiral, can you imagine? He'd be fucking. Anyway, nah, but like it's just crazy because I feel like even like you're getting past a certain point where you're like, oh, 100 times gravity, yeah, you can even survive that. It's like, no, gravity's not like that's a thing acting on your entire body. It's not just like, oh, my muscles, like, I can fucking do it. It's like, no, that's like your eyeballs are falling out of the sockets because your eyeballs are not made to like stay in at that fucking level. And
See,
like,
Well,
the blood is so heavy in your body that it's falling out of your.
That's why I
fucking
was
skin.
actually curious about like how was the gravity on Planet Vegeta. Because it could be one of those things like the gravity there is naturally heavier.
Seems like relatively the same.
I don't know. And then also
because,
before he jumped into the 10 times gravity, remember he was on with Supreme Kai, or King Kai.
Yeah,
that planet,
and he worked you could argue he worked, like, I'm not saying that it's bullshit that he went from 1 to 100. Like, they definitely showed him working his way up, but it was just dumb because it's like, he should have been aura'd up the whole time because your blood should just fall. There are certain things with respect to the physics of your body that have nothing to do with your muscles. Your anus should just fall out of fucking butt cheeks after a certain like amount of G's.
Justin, one word.
Clenching.
Anime.
Exactly. I'm just debating on whether or not that makes sense because in the anime, I know I'm saying, but in the anime physics, they already shown in the physics for that show that you need to be aura'd up to stop certain things like that for your body to be more powerful like that. Otherwise, it's just regular squishy.
Was Vegeta aura'd up when he got kicked in the arm? I don't remember.
He was, and it still hurt. So yeah, that's how you know it was bad. Because I'm pretty sure when he was screaming, wasn't his hair still yellow?
Yeah, but I don't know if he was aura'd up though.
I think that isn't.
Because
isn't that just an overall power?
Because you can go Super Saiyan and not be covered in aura. Because you remember during the Cell games when Goku and them were training.
If it's changing your hair, shouldn't it? Isn't it? It's like a.
I'm just thinking because usually when they aura up, you can show it.
So what we need to see is a Super Saiyan getting a haircut. Because if their aura's not on, but their Saiyan hair is still like it's still yellow or whatever, it's like, can you cut that? Nappa's weird. I think Nappa's like always been bald, has he not? He's never been a Super Saiyan. He's a bitch.
I mean, they didn't make it. He didn't make it that far. It's like
Vegeta saw
that's one of the things that bugged me about the other universe Saiyans. It's like, oh, Super Saiyan is a thing. We can go Super Saiyan. It's like, but your base is mad high. How you didn't go Super Saiyan yet? Then there was the idea of they didn't know what Super Saiyan was, and I'm like, but Goten got slapped into it. Because Gohan wasn't doing anything. Gohan was going to school.
You could argue that because Goku
was dead.
No, I'm saying because Goku went Super Saiyan before Chi-Chi had Goten, the sperm got used to the level of what is the bullshit that they say with the fucking cells or whatever, the S cells. Yeah, the number it's actually something we have too, because when you have a kid, your kid has certain predispositions to certain things because your sperm are like your cells or whatever, and they have the same like similar things. So the same way that like I remember them telling us in biology, like if you're a heavy set person, your cells, because of the way that they are or whatever, your like sperm, your kid has a more predisposed to being like more heavy set. Like if they don't wash their shit, you know.
If you fat, your child fat.
Basically,
I would agree with that.
Basically,
I would agree with that.
So that's why it was so hard for Gohan, because it was before Goku had gotten a cell count where it was like I can go Super Saiyan, but afterwards, Goten went Super Saiyan. What? Like, how old was he?
He got slapped
but
into
it's not. It's not because he was used to going to it. It's the fact that Vegeta is from a royal line where they just have abnormally high amounts of it.
No, I'm saying just with
that's what the SL thing is.
No, yeah,
he's just born.
Like, the sperm of it.
No, but it's not the fact that Vegeta was capable of going Super Saiyan and then he had a kid. It's just his bloodline. They just has what you also said with Trunks.
I never said.
I said Trunks.
Yeah, he said Trunks. I was talking about just with respect to like Goten. I don't know about what you said about Vegeta.
It's still no. Goten is because he got scared into.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like Chi-Chi slapped him.
Well, no, I'm saying like the ease with which they were able to go into it might be because both of their fathers became Super Saiyans before they had kids, so that kind of genetic predisposition.
It has nothing to do with it.
It's genetics.
That has nothing to do. Them going Super Saiyan before they had kids has nothing to do with it. How
so
Akira Toriyama just said it is a pure fact that they just have a fuck ton of it's just like with Skywalker and all that shit. And his bloodline.
Why the fuck was this so hard for Gohan? He had a fucking dinosaur chasing him. He didn't go fucking Super Saiyan.
That's why I thought it was
that
like
in his emotions.
See that's why I thought.
If anything, that should give you better, like faster. Because rage is what turned him into Super Saiyan 2.
He is the emotion, the fact that he's half.
That's fucking.
See, that's why
it's fucking weird. And then you have the same thing with Goten, but with Goten it was just.
See, for me, I always thought like once you hit a certain base.
Sense.
See, for me, I thought it was once you hit a certain base, you can go into that level. You just need a trigger to get there. That's what I thought, which is why, because you know how Goten at his age is a lot stronger than Goku was when he was at that age. That's why I thought is like when you hit a certain base, you can just go Super Saiyan. You just have to have a trigger.
I feel like my thing makes more sense, and I need to call it to Akira Toriyama to him like fucking.
Gotta errata some stuff, right? Kind of.
Because that makes more sense than. They're just special though.
Because that bugged me about
the children.
That bugged me about the other universe Saiyans. Because it's like this dude is like pushing back Vegeta, not well, but he's pushing back Vegeta. Is like, how happy you go Super Saiyan yet? Oh, I don't know what a Super Saiyan was. And then later on, they start talking about.
Feeling in the middle.
And then later on, they start talking about Kale and how she's like female Broly. And it's like, y'all didn't know what Super Saiyan was, but y'all afraid of her getting angry. So y'all do know what Super Saiyan is.
They've talked about that shit before though, because they were saying like, Super Saiyan is the thing you have to like turn on, and once you know how to do it, you just do it. Fucking what if it was some weird shit that you have to do to get Super Saiyan? Like what if when Goku saw Krillin die, when Goku saw Krillin die, something about his prostate just like like started jiggling.
Why did you go to prostate?
He's just like winking.
Said anything about prostate. I said the middle of the back. And this fool want to go on some butt
maybe it's like a Kegel thing. Where he's just sitting there like fucking doing it.
I'm done. Officially done. So
Kegel Saiyan.
Roger is no longer
wait. Because when he turned Super Saiyan, he was yelling dumb loud too. The first time he did it, the first time's the hardest, Joe.
So sad.
When he did it the first time, he was like, ah!
He really loves talking about guys and butts. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Oh, actually,
Because I'm secure.
Joe, I did have something for you.
Or you gay.
We'll see in how many years? Like 32 years. 22 years.
You don't know your own age?
I don't.
I gotta stop keeping track after I can drink.
Yeah, right? It doesn't matter anymore.
I mean, at that point, why?
Who gives a fuck?
But Joe, I had some news for you because I know you're the music guy, one of many that I know. But Yakuza and Nier soundtracks
What the fuck?
have been popping up on Spotify.
Yo, fuck you.
Wait.
Disrespect me my fucking house. Fuck out.
I can't play music with Joe because I'm not classically trained.
I'm not classically trained. I don't know 5 different fucking. But Joe's like, I don't know those because I don't fucking do them a lot. I don't know them. It's like, nigga, you know how to pick it up and do something with it.
No, Justin was so right.
Goddamn right I was. Yo, fuck you.
Joe didn't die.
Joe is obsessed with finding new ways to trigger me for some reason. I think he's starting to get like you and he likes my reactions to shit. Cause like,
Oh my good God, that was just perfect.
you know, there's something about family where if they piss you off this much and cause this much emotion, you know that you can't replace them. Because they're family. That's why you keep them around. Because if a nigga off the street was treating me like this, I'd fucking throw him through a goddamn window. I'd be like, bitch! Fucking, you need to watch Atlanta.
Why do I have to watch Atlanta? Because I'm black? That's
It's the
racist.
place where the players
Goddamn
play.
right it's racist, but we didn't make the rules, so you gotta do it. Just like my cousin told me I had to be good at basketball when I was a kid. He's like, you're not good at basketball, you ain't nothing. I was like, goddamn.
I ain't shit.
Omari.
Oh, okay, mister. I had a basketball court, all the shit in my backyard.
I didn't have a basketball court. I just
used
used my. Oh, you talking about him?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, what?
I just used my white friend's hoop, and it became my hoop. you remember Timmy?
This one here, over here. Oh, we can play.
That bitch of a landlord destroyed my fucking hoop. Yo, you owe me a fucking hoop. You owe me 2 hoops. There's a fucking plowman destroyed my hoop when I was a kid, and y'all was supposed to give me a new fucking hoop, and you didn't. And then you cut down my new hoop that I stole from Timmy after he fucking moved because he left it there like a dumbass. Y'all owe me 2 hoops. You owe me a full court.
Sounded like your boy Storm Shadow right now.
Storm Shadow. Fear is an excellent motivator. She don't fear these nuts.
You destroyed my plane. You didn't let me kill you. You owe me money.
Word.
What were you gonna say, Joe?
What was you saying?
Oh no, I'm just saying that Yakuza and Nier Automata soundtracks.
He was saying both of y'all are fuck ass niggas. Fuck both
on
of you.
Spotify.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think 14 Yakuza soundtracks are on there, and there's some Nier Automata stuff.
Oh, I can't play a cello because my joints, because it fucking hurts. You know, if you were a Chinese kid, parents would beat the fuck out of you.
Coronavirus.
Parents would. Oh shit! Just get a case of Lyme's. It'll cancel out. Actually, yeah. If you get Lyme's disease, does that cancel it out?
No, it just makes it better.
Fucked up.
What was that? Was it Ninja Scroll? Was it like to beat poison, you need stronger poison?
1 second though. I love how a week ago, you was just talking about how terrible it was that people were joking about this shit. Now you on the train. People all over the world. Joe,
I'm sorry.
it's the fun
Could
train.
you just reiterate what you
train.
just said
I
again?
think it was Ninja Scroll, but don't quote me.
You said
Where
nigga scroll, bruh.
Yo, you talking about you hear things perfectly, but you just
Right.
the 5 houses of niggas.
But I think they were like, in order to beat poison, you need a stronger poison. I think it was Ninja Scroll.
like that.
I'm
It's
not
fucking
100% sure
creepy.
though. It was something I watched a long.
All of my
I don't
hometown
know
is run
why
by like
that
5 different
statement
families
in
of
and of
niggas.
itself hit such a
Hit
note
you?
with me.
Yeah, I thought you said you were gonna say it. You haven't said it yet.
You guys have just been on a roll.
Oh.
I practically forgot.
More Nintendo news.
What?
Nintendo's first office in Kyoto is going to get turned into a hotel.
Their first office was in Kyoto?
Yep.
Damn, son.
Apparently, like they were in another building before, but that building they were using until they moved into like video
building.
games, and then that became their true first home office.
What was Nintendo like doing before video games?
I think
card games.
Card games?
Card games, a
and
little
toys.
bit of board games and toys.
Yeah.
I thought you said boy. You sound like you were about to say boys. It's like, do you know something we don't?
That's how they
The
made
president
the
was a priest at some point.
Sakurai's like, banned. Fucking banned.
But yeah, so that's what they were doing, and then when
Sorry,
they
you
got
switch. He's like, I know what you said. I erased your Pokemon save data. Oh, wait, 1 second. That was the other thing with Iceborne. Be careful if you're playing it on PC because there's apparently some kind of glitch or some shit where imagine you're playing Iceborne, you go in to play Iceborne for the first time, and it erases your world savings. The Monster Hunter World like save files. Because basically it's some kind of problem with the way it's updating or backing up your save file through the cloud or something like that. So when it does it, it replaces it with a blank save file or something like that. If you didn't have, there's a specific update, and I can't remember when it came out, but specific update for Monster Hunter World that if you don't have that, so if you're one of those people like me who plays Monster Hunter towards the beginning, then doesn't play it for a dumb long time, then plays it a little bit before the next game comes out, you probably missed that update, which means your shit's gonna get wiped the fuck out, and it's gonna suck for you. So if you go in and you see, what was it? I can't remember what dude said. If you see it says no save data, all F4. Cut the fucking application off because it's gonna wipe out your save files. So be careful with that. Public service announcement.
PSA.
Yeah, apparently the hotel is supposed to be up in like 2021.
Interesting.
Yeah,
We'll have to go there.
From what I heard, the outside is going to remain the same. They're just going to change the insides to be a hotel. And apparently there's like the iconic Nintendo plate is still going to be on the building. So everyone's like, oh.
So you don't want to go to the Nintendo hotel?
I didn't say that.
I asked you where you want to go. You're like, for what? To be in Japan.
I did not say for what.
You know what? Why are you always trying to drag me down, Joseph?
You drag yourself down.
I don't, though.
I try to pull you up, but then you be like, fuck you.
Nigga, no you don't. Stop. Don't even fucking lie like that.
The face you're making right now is how I know.
Fucking disgusting. You. And also admiration because you kind of look like the fucking commander from
Digimon?
Yeah, 5th season of Digimon.
I actually got some Digimon news. That's why it just reminded me.
Yeah. What is it?
Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna is coming to U.S. theaters.
Kizuna?
Yeah, that's the name of the new movie.
Can you spell that?
Kizuna. And it's coming to theaters in March, but it's only going to be for one day, which sucks because it's on a Wednesday, I believe, and I work Wednesday. It's terrible.
Yep. Because that's, how they do us. Oh, you don't get the good shits. You get the little fucking...
I mean, it's coming here, so that's great. It's just it's popping up for one day and it's in the middle of the week. Why couldn't it drop on a Friday or Saturday?
I think it has something to do with the way that they release movies. They release movies usually on Wednesdays instead of Fridays.
It's terrible. Also, Digimon news. New anime is coming out. Supposed to be in April, and I don't know if it's going to be a retelling or a reboot, or they're just completely remaking it. But it's supposed to be bringing back the original Digidestin. So Tai, TK,
I saw that. Yeah.
Izzy,
Everybody's confused
Matt,
as to actually like what it is. Because they're like, are they just remaking it?
See, I don't know. I don't know if it's a remake. I don't know if they're like continuing on with it. Because I mean, they have enough content; they can go forever with Digimon if they really wanted to.
I didn't do it.
Are the Try movies done?
I'm not sure. Cause Try is like its own thing.
What?
Digimon Try?
What about it?
Is it done? Like
I have no idea.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All
Actually,
I
I
do
wanna
is work, come home, and play video games. And video games is Dead by Daylight.
That's
Destiny.
a fucking lie.
I
What
see
are you
you
doing
eat
right
food.
now? Drawing, being an art god.
I'm drawing.
He does that stuff
during
too.
I'm writing during the podcast.
Technically, calligraphy of that level is art.
That's not calligraphy.
Making symbols that are words is technically yes.
It's typography.
Is it?
Yep. It's typography.
Calligraphy has more fancy curves and whatnot.
It's a sense of typography, so it technically counts.
So we're both right.
Yeah.
No.
Hug.
No. Don't touch me.
Hug me.
No.
Hug me, brother!
Fuck you!
Hug me, brother! Brothers, we're happy and we're singing and he's coming.
Wow.
Bruh, the thing you shared last night, I can't stop fucking. This nigga's talking about his favorite gay porn. Fucking Eagle Raptor, like what the fuck? It's called Porn Brothers or some shit. I'm
Gay
like,
brothers.
Andrew.
oh my god. He's like, now Jake. He's like, yeah, Jake sounds like a name that would be in a gay porn.
Me and Jake, we were always just great friends.
I'm sorry, Jake. I'm not though.
You know what you need to do, Joe? You need to get a Shindu for a dojo. That'd be great.
That'd be dope. Or Mushu.
Mushu, yeah.
I don't have money like that.
Like, stand up.
You could have had money like that. If you had finessed those people into taking that fucking car, Joe's almost a millionaire this year. Or this fucking week.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, it almost
I
happened.
still say bullshit.
I do, but apparently the flush. So I'm like, okay.
Do you still have the ticket?
Yeah, it's over there on the table. But it is a flush because they have five of the same suit, so because they have 5 hearts. But we swore to God that they only had a pair. It was one of those poker scratch offs, and we swore that the champion, you have to defeat the champion with one of the 5 or 6 players' hands, and use what's in the board to poker. Fucking, we swore that Joe had a higher pair than what the champion had, so we were like, Joe just won $1 million. Oh my god!
So Joe, if you had
I mean,
one,
it's not
what was the first thing you would have done?
I'm not seeing
Top
a.
of the house.
It's a flush. Because a flush is it can be non-consecutive of the same suit.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah. See, I got fucked up because I was looking
Straight
for the
flush.
hearts. When I was looking for the ones that were all the same, because I knew there was one, but I'm like, I don't see it, so I guess maybe that's the one rule they said to take out for poker. I don't know.
Yeah, that's that bullshit.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
So now, Joe,
So Joe was almost a millionaire.
you already know which house you're gonna buy your mom.
Yeah.
Are you gonna buy her your house? Way out.
That was very we talked about that too. That was very touching because Joe said the
That's-
first payment would have gone to his mom. I was like,
Oh.
Are there scissors
it's a
down
hell of a
there?
down payment then.
Yeah, they're
That was
I mean,
very,
you have
that was
one
very
there.
moving, Joseph.
I would have moved all of this in there and just easily just pay for that. Like, alright, you want this? I have $1 million to give you.
Is that what we do if the white people decide not to re-up?
What?
I said if the white people decide not to re-up.
What move? Just put 2 other white people in there. So
He's
we
like,
live in
nah,
the
fuck
neighborhood.
that. So your word. Isn't it kind of weird that our house is like the nexus between our two neighbors? Because on that side we have white people, on that side we have white people, and then on that side we got niggas. So our house is like
The
a
land
mix
of
of
the
the two.
sea.
Yeah. Our house is punk hazard. Dangerous fucking, you might get shanked. Yeah. Why are you? That looks so weird. Anyway, fucking.
It's a good little. It's comfy, and I like it.
My weapon of choice.
Oh, we were talking about Devil May Cry 3 earlier. I remember Best Buy is having a special edition that comes with a steel bookcase.
That's fucking dope.
And you know how I have my weakness for steel bookcases. I probably won't get the game. I'll probably just get the steel
Get the
bookcase.
fucking case. Just be like one of those people who just buys like 5 copies of every game.
Because steel bookcase, and it's nice because on one side is I believe Jill, and the other side is Nemesis. I'm like,
That's fucking dope.
yeah.
Oh, I found out where that what's his name was. Remember, I don't know if anybody else saw that, but Arnaldo put up a video of this lady who was in a Minnie Mouse suit beating the fuck out of somebody, like on the street.
Wait, I did not see that video.
Yeah. Apparently, Minnie Mouse beat the fuck out of somebody on the street, and her head thing came off, and she was just this lady just beating the fuck out of this other person. It's mad funny. Turns out it was on the Las Vegas Strip, and
someone he knows.
No. But it went around like it was kind of crazy.
I went to high school with her.
Ronaldo shares a lot of stuff, and I'm like, fucking put it in the goddamn chat. But yeah, because then I don't want to like steal it, because then it's like it's stealing.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Stealing's bad and good.
nigga, why you look? Oh, you know what?
Why do you think someone looking at you all the damn time?
Because you can see.
Because I'm fucking handsome,
That's
and I deserve to be looked at.
Well, take that to the women that you should be going to, not trying to be gay and have men look at you.
Corey asked me last night, "Who do I look like?" And I'm like, "Do you want me to be truthful?" And I didn't get a chance to tell him.
Truth.
But he didn't fucking. Oh my god. Oh. I almost said it too. I was about to say it, and I was like,
But he doesn't, though.
He kinda does.
You know, he kind of doesn't.
Wait, what happened?
The truth come out. Does Corey do look like?
Does Corey is our gay?
Yes.
No, he said Corey looks like an effeminate David Spade. And I was like, that's fucked up because David Spade is already feminine.
Yes, that's the thing.
But I was.
Like, how much further can you
He
go?
doesn't look like him though. If you just said Seth Green, I would have agreed.
Seth Green, no.
David
Seth Green doesn't look
David
anything
Spade.
like that. Seth Green
An
is fucked up
effeminate
looking.
David Spade.
I
That
have to
is
look
the
this
thing.
person up because
Corey-
I don't know who that is.
That is a fucking insult.
You'll know him. When
You
you
know
see
where we
him.
live.
Yeah. He's been in a bunch of Adam
Adam
Sandler
Sandler
stuff.
Yeah.
You said Seth Green?
David Spade.
Oh, you look for David Spade. Yes!
Make him any.
Yes!
Make him any.
High five it! High five it! High five it! Give it to me!
That's fucked up.
Give it to me!
That's fucked up.
It's more fucked. Look up who Seth Green is. That's more fucked up. That's what
I know
Joe
who
said.
Seth Green is.
He's fucked up.
Any more
I would-
effeminate
I
hosts
wouldn't
start
wanna
looking
look
like
like
an anime villain.
Oh shit! God damn! I mean, it's hard when Muzan's out here wearing dresses and shit.
You know, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Muzan.
I
So-
mean, technically, no.
so they're coming to
the flower hosher. That's the real pimp. All his fucking wives, golly.
Oh yeah. I always forget what he looks like for some reason. His character,
Weird ass fuck.
his character thing doesn't like stay in my
Can I have
brain
these?
for some reason.
Because he's just not.
Unless, hold on.
I
I'm pretty
guess.
sure I shared it before.
Oh.
So
You may have.
the main dude for the Hashiras, remember the guy that they all answer to? Is he like All for One's brother or some shit?
Wow.
They got the same fucked up face. Only he's got eyes.
Yo, he got a fucking
Oh.
battle scar.
Yeah.
Like, he.
All for One's was a battle scar too. He just thought he was just a bad guy.
Dude,
I mean,
He was fucked up by a good guy.
Nothing. No.
They look like it looks like
they.
it looks like ground beef on their skin.
No. Well, first of
Like,
all,
you can tell.
one
Like,
has eyes, one does not have eyes.
One's got hair, the other one doesn't have hair. The one he's got hair like James.
Like who?
Jesse, James, Team Rocket, blasting off the speed. You fucking because you know he's got that long ass bowl cut.
He's trying so hard right now.
I'm not though.
And
You just
like,
hold it in life. It's fine. It's okay. It's good.
Got some cartoon anime-ish news. There's going to be a Mortal Kombat animated series coming out,
Yeah.
spotlighting Scorpion in one of them,
Mm-hmm.
called Mortal Kombat Legacy Scorpion's Revenge.
It's supposed to be pretty good.
yeah, I did post because it was tough.
I forgot who they said was making
Nice.
it though.
But the big news, well, I mean, more interesting news for me is
I
that
just found it on Reddit.
Steve Bloom is going to do Sub-Zero's voice.
Twitter.
Fucking what?
Yeah, Steve
So
Bloom.
now I have to watch this, and if,
Yeah.
and if Sub-Zero dies at any point, I'm just gonna turn it off.
Yep, because I believe he did Sub-Zero's voice before for a similar project, so they're having him
I
come
think so,
back to do Sub-Zero's voice again, and it's supposed to be coming out in the first half of 2020.
Give Steven Blum like
So we're
all the fucking work.
Steven
Just
Blum
give him all the
at
fucking
Sub-Zero
work.
2020.
I forgot
do
his name. I'm thinking of a voice actor in Mortal Kombat 11. He voices Raiden And
oh shit, I can't remember stuff from that. What are you talking about?
But it blew my mind. Apparently, he voiced the Joker too. Like
only
any
people who voice the Joker, and I can't remember.
Every WB game.
Luke?
It's not Mark Hamill.
Every WB game that featured the Joker in it, like DC licensed WB game, he was the voice of the Joker. Like Injustice, Mortal Kombat, all of those. I think MK versus DC, he voiced the Joker then.
Was he? It's not the Joker from Arkham games, is it? Because I think that's Mark Hamill.
That flip flop between voice actors with Mark Hamill being mostly Joker.
I really can't remember this dude's name. Oh, getting old
makes it all the more hilarious when Raiden goes up against Joker.
So I know you're not big into cell phone games, Mr. Ungrateful Ninja.
Oh, then don't bring it up.
But Dragalia Lost cell phone game, they're having a Monster Hunter crossover.
Yeah. What was the other thing Monster Hunter's having a crossover with soon? You say Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yep.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
I haven't played Monster Hunter in a minute. I gotta get back on that.
They're doing a festival right now.
Which one?
I definitely.
Yeah, Gratitude Festival.
Trying to get finally go up against Gold Rathian.
There are a lot of event weapons. Because there's this one quest that has an event weapon for every weapon type. I think they're called like Guardian weapons or something. They look cool too. Grey Sword looks really nice. Charge Blade looks really, really nice. So I'm trying to get them all. Unfortunately, because you need one for every weapon type, you gotta run that quest a ton of times.
You trying to catch them all?
The quest is not that hard though. You just gotta fight a Barryoth, mastering Barryoth. It's a little big, but
Barryoth or Barrow?
Barryoth.
Yeah.
Nice. You have to go into the Gathering Hub for that
Nope.
one?
Regular event quest. It's I think is it a Master Rank 3 or Master Rank 4 Barryoth quest? It's called 50 Shades of White.
See, now here's the bullshit that I'm having an issue with dealing with this stupid shit. Because you get a request from the Lyrian researcher, you have to go all the way up in the Hoarfrost Reach, take a picture of Charlotte Dior that died up there in the fucking mountains. You take pictures. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I don't understand that shit either.
Oh,
I haven't done that.
I can't really see. No matter what fucking picture you take, he said, "Oh, I can't see it.
That
go take another
shit
one.
Was
Go
hilarious.
take another one."
Joe's sitting here
go
wanting to
take
beat the
another one.
fuck out of an old man. It was hilarious.
Fucking what? I took 30 pictures for this motherfucker, and all 30. Oh, and
I'm sorry, Sonny. The snow's in
snow
my eyes.
is like, are you fucking what?
My hand won't stop shaking.
You what?
Exactly.
Oh, like I wanted to just.
Oh my god, this shit was great.
Like I'm getting tense right now. It's
Just
just
so fucking mad. It was great.
What we gotta do one day is, or like some days, is stream like us playing together, like playing Monster Hunter together.
Or I'm not gonna talk about Dead by Daylight.
That too.
I swear too much now.
I'm surprised you guys don't. Who cares? It doesn't fucking matter. You can swear on stream.
The children.
Man,
The
fucking kids.
children don't want to hear about people sucking the game's dick.
Yes,
Are
they
you
do.
kidding me? They tune into Game Grumps all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I practically watch just to
but they're
hear
only
Aaron
there
suck.
for the gay porn talk.
Damn.
Well, that's like the icing on the cake.
Damn, that's fake. It's a fake account.
Just saying.
That's a fake account. I'm still
I don't want to
still
bang
gonna say
Aaron's
yes.
girlfriend. She's his wife now, right? Is that Aaron's wife now?
Yeah.
That's bad.
I want to bang Aaron's wife so bad. I'm just saying, if you
I don't blame
guys,
him.
Oh, she's
if
cute.
you're exhibitionist, give me a call. Cause
He about that life.
I'm not about the life, but for her.
breaking marriages and whatnot.
But if they like
And
that,
promises.
it will bring them closer together. Because I came on.
You're trying to find a scenario where your dick can bring them closer together.
Yes, it can push them further together.
What if
I
Aaron?
mean, it is big enough to be a bridge.
Wow, that's Shadows.
His is the Great Wall of China. It was based around his.
No.
Based around.
Good
God. Oh, your dick is China? Does your dick have coronavirus?
Wow. Coronavirus is like, isn't that like new, or is it like one of the older things?
I think it's an old thing that got revamped because fucking.
It was first seen in like 1960.
Where? Because what's his name was the thing that like all these
First
fucking
time?
swine flus and fucking bird flus and all that shit.
Yeah,
They've all
it's just
existed.
a mutated strain that's getting out of control.
Yeah.
Because it's basically the common cold. That's
Yeah.
what symptoms you get. So it's very easy.
It attacks your respiratory system. So if you like say, hang up a lung, you can't really breathe, just stay away.
I had a motherfucker in my car the other day that was like that, and I just opened the windows.
Nope. Let's air this out.
Bits of his throat. I was like, nah, I'm good. Nah, it's too late.
Just gonna stand over here.
Nah, it's too late.
Like I breathed on your mic.
I sat in that chair.
Looks like I'm walking everywhere.
Because you breathed on
You've handed me your phone multiple times in the past like 3 days. You were at the hospital with me. We're both dying. Joe. Shadow, make sure they play All the Stars at my funeral. You know what to do with this.
All the stars.
Kendrick Lamar song.
Fuck that. Devon knows what I'm quoting, though. Maya, you fucked up.
You should bring her on one day.
Yo, I miss Maya.
I've been trying to get them, her and Tia, to come
Oh,
over here.
We've seen
Because
Tia
they
more
hate
than
me.
we've seen Maya.
It's because they hate me.
Possible.
They met me once and they were like, Tia definitely, she hates me. I know it.
Why do you think they hate you?
I was gonna say,
Maya's
isn't
nice.
she indifferent to everything though?
Tia hates me. I don't know what it is. She just hates me.
Tia's the nice one between the two of them. I love you, Maya, but you be on some craziness sometimes.
She's really nice to me.
I mean, Maya is a Scorpio, and Scorpios are
Wow,
kind of
that's going to attack her character like that?
I'm a Scorpio too. That's what I'm saying.
I have to study your ways because my niece is a Scorpio. I need to know what to look out for. You tell her she's already sneaking snacks on her.
Is she
fucking...
quiet?
No.
No?
She sneaks. She's.
I mean,
smart
there's
too.
there's like different personalities for like each of the zodiac
subclasses
signs.
for Scorpio.
For all the zodiacs.
Fucking.
Because, this one here, he be on the low cracking some fucked up jokes and whatnot.
It's true. It's true.
I'm telling you, no one fucking believed me back in high school. Y'all think I'm the worst one here.
Wait, I love
fucking this one here said, nah, Joe, you the worst. You be cracking all the jokes. It's like, no, you don't know. You don't know. I hear the things.
I love how I said that shit last night, and I said it so that he was there and he heard it. This motherfucker fell asleep right when I said it. You were like, "What the fuck?" I can't even remember what it was. I was fucked up.
Just how you be feeling with CJ and how no one catches and stuff.
Yeah, bro.
But you do.
Oh, I've gotten used to it.
And then there's
Devon,
layer crimson.
well, it kind of went both ways for two.
Well, no, not just. I mean, like my
because he would say
my
things, but I would do things that he would catch that no one would catch at all.
Yeah, that shit would bug. It was like, it makes me think I'm like fucking crazy.
Like flicking your boogers on people.
No, that's gross. Like Joe be doing like these weird,
He's like, why would you?
unknown like dance moves or doing like some like weird like faces or whatever, like behind people's back, and then like as soon as he turns, you just like, it never even happened. It's like, how did nobody catch that shit?
Yeah, there was one I was standing right next to Matt. He didn't see shit. I'm over here just doing all types of stupid shit.
It's about white man.
Yeah,
White man.
I don't think we have a black Matt.
Oh, I just call him white man just cause. When I first met you guys, he was the only white person in the room.
It never really happens.
Yeah.
Crazy, Jesus. Crazy!
My thicker wife said.
There are lots of things.
Bruh, I saw the Fast and Furious trailer. It was so dumb. We're just really just becoming Japan. They just, like, 2 major plot points they just fucking put right in the trailer. In the first trailer. I'm like, bruh. But the dumb thing is now I want to watch it because I'm like, how? Because I'm just going to say it, fucking, so John Cena's in it, and for some reason he's Dom's brother. Which I'm like, y'all must have had different dads. One of y'all is clearly Hispanic, and the other one's like, white. Anyway,
Adoption.
adoption. And Han is not dead. So what the fuck? The dude who died in Tokyo Drift?
Hey, like you
Apparently
said,
just not dead.
like you said, it's
You
not
didn't see
legal to
it,
fake your death.
Yeah.
He had to fake his death to get out of paying them dues back.
Word. Yo, fuck DK. Fucking Drift King.
Yo, I saw this picture.
Is it Tokyo Drift just supposed to be after everything?
Tokyo Drift
in
is
the
supposed to be between it's after the 6th movie but before the 7th one.
There was this picture, and it was like after DK got defeated, he became a nurse or something because he's in like
he's in a
ER
movie
or something.
He's in
He's
That's
in
fucking
something.
hilarious.
I started cracking up.
He's in like a one of those.
Actually, it might be
medical
the
shows.
one with I think it might be New Amsterdam with
Tyler Labine.
Yeah, it might be that one because I think he's a therapist in that or something.
Yeah, I'm watching Deadbeat right now because Tyler Labine's the man. Remember the dude I told you that I like? If he's in something, I'll watch it. I was thinking about watching that medical show, even though he's not in it like all the time, but it's like he's in it enough.
He's more of a serious character, so it's good to see him getting those kind of roles.
It is.
You must be crazy.
I watched what's his name because of him. The fucking unfortunately, he's the reason why the monkey virus spread. The fucking in Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
Because he like I think one of the monkeys like sneezed on him that had they were like testing the shit.
Yeah.
And it got on him, and then he went on a plane, and then that's the reason why it got all over the world because they pressurized the cabins. And then you got to share other people's air with all these niggas just for like however long you're in the plane, which is disgusting. Which is why people always get sick when they get on planes and shit. Well, not always, but it happens more often. You know? It's fucking gross.
For any Neo fans out there, Neo 2 is in the final stages of development, and it's supposed to have multiple DLC, and each DLC is supposed to tell a new story, which is cool.
Sexy.
Yep. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Tekken 7 and Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet is going to be joining the Xbox Game Pass. So if anyone has Xbox Game Pass, you got something to look forward to.
How much? That's the thing that's like $1 a month or something like that, right? Or $1 a week.
Something like that. I haven't gotten into it because I already have a backlog, so why give myself more options?
Yeah, right. I mean, and it sucks because all of my backlog stuff are like open world games that I'm like, hey, you want to play Witcher 3, fucking Final Fantasy 15, fucking Fallout 4? I'm like,
all of mine are JRPGs, so I have a similar problem of it's going to take the longest time to get through the game.
Because then you gotta explore everything.
And if you don't explore and you try to focus through it, you're going to miss so much stuff.
Which will eventually lead to another playthrough where you actually do go through, so you might as well go through the first fucking time.
Yep.
Which is what I do with Fallout games. I go all the way through the map. I go to every fucking thing. I talk to every person, and then I go fuck up whoever needs to be fucked up for me to finish the goddamn game. I learned that the hard way after playing New Vegas because I played New Vegas. I went the way of betraying everyone and becoming the main person in New Vegas, and like the yes man route. And I finished it, but I didn't go to all the different places. So there were some things that like got left unresolved, and I didn't like how it ended because Ron Perlman does the thing at the end of all the Fallout games where he's like telling you how he's like war never changes. He does like the whole thing where he talks about that shit. He talked about a couple things that I wanted to fix, so I went back to a previous save and I fixed them, and then I finished the game again. So yeah,
Isn't it great when games give you multiple saves?
Yeah, right. I saved literally right. I saved at the point where the games would branch off, like so you can like pick which ending you want, and then I saved also like right before actually defeating House.
Okay.
So and doing all the other shit.
You play Watch Dogs, not Yakuza, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yakuza news real quick. So I can't remember which one I was going to direct it towards you. But Yakuza Like a Dragon is supposed to have 7 waves of free DLC. Which is
I heard about that.
Beautiful. Now, I don't really play the Yakuza games, but the idea of free DLC is always a thumbs up in my book.
Is that the game that came that we're actually getting?
I think that is the new one. I don't know if it's out yet. I don't know if it's coming here, but I hear that they changed a lot of stuff in it, so it's not like the typical previous ones.
Because we didn't get all of them, I think. And then that's one of those games where in order to get the full story, you have to play like a bunch of them, and then you got to play like 0 or whatever, something like that. I don't know.
Some Konami news. Konami announced a new Nintendo Switch game that's a monster battler game, and it's going to be called Solomon Program. So
what?
It's going to be called Solomon Program. So that could be interesting. Because, you know...
Solomon?
Yeah, SOLOMON. Program. There isn't a lot of news on the game yet, but any monster battle collecting kind of game, I'm usually interested in because, you know...
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Pokemon is
Pokemon, Digimon,
yes.
you know, Spectrobes. I'm all into that, so that's going to be cool.
Good.
Yeah. I kind of want to replay it and record it.
I think my nieces have my copy. Because they had a Wii, and they were like, oh, we need games. So I'm like, here. I just gave them a bunch of games that I already completed, so...
Trying to think.
They're not gamers. I don't want to steal it, but I kind of want my niece's PS4 because she doesn't fucking use it.
I thought, wait, is it your nieces or your sisters? I thought it was your sisters.
My sister bought it for my nieces.
Oh, okay.
And I was pissed because
this is the Spider-Man one.
She got it for $200. Well, it came with Spider-Man. It wasn't a Spider-Man one.
Oh, was it? Okay.
It was just a bundle. It was a good bundle though. It was like $200. And here I am, bundleless again because for Thanksgiving I was not in a place where I could actually. I was in New York City this past Thanksgiving, so Black Friday I was not trying to. Yeah, no. Sounds like the worst fucking thing to do.
Trying to think.
Be in the Bronx during Black Friday at Bay Plaza, knocking people out, trying to get to the fucking front of the line. But, yeah.
Let there be light.
Got some One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 news. Apparently, it's supposed to have online co-op missions, which is cool. But the big thing for me is that the pre-order bonus for it, you get a Dynasty Warriors Trafalgar Law costume. And I'm like, what? You get one for...
So it's almost like a Date Masamune as if he was what's his name or
yeah.
like a...
I haven't seen the costume yet, but just the idea of Trafalgar and Boa Hancock are both getting Dynasty Warrior costumes if you pre-order the game, and I'm like, ooh, what?
I want Trafalgar Law's hat. That shit is. I ain't got money.
So you gotta save up for that Comic Con we're gonna go to.
Yeah. If only I didn't have to pay rent. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't want to win the fucking lottery or whatever.
He doesn't have control over that.
Or does he?
Really? Because he keeps blaming me like I do.
Because you do.
I don't.
I'm trying to think. Oh, there's a Dragon Quest show coming out. I think it's going to be animated. It's supposed to be hitting Netflix pretty soon.
Dragon what?
Dragon Quest.
Ooh.
Yep.
They're really leaning into this fucking video game shit.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to, actually, I think it comes out in February or March, the Dragon Quest show. So
it's going to be live action or animated?
It looks animated and it looks CG.
Oh.
Now, that's just from the pictures I've seen. I haven't actually seen a trailer for it yet. But if it's coming out in March or February, then there should be a trailer up. So I'll check it out and see, and I'll let you know.
February's like dumb.
Today.
Word, that's today.
Yeah, so there should be a trailer or something for it.
Happy Black History Month.
Yeah.
First day of Black History Month.
Where's our Black Panther 2?
What you say?
28 Days of Racism.
Oh, yeah.
Where's that Black Panther 2 movie? Where's that
Day 1, The Boat.
Nope,
No.
29.
Marvel's...
29 days.
Where's that
Oh,
Marvel's
yeah.
Dora Milaje? The movie. Where's that? Our Midnight
That'd
Suburbs.
be a good TV show. Like the sleeper agents are in like New York City or some shit. And they gotta do stuff on things, protect Wakanda from.
Have the spin-off with Black Panther and Winter Soldier going around just stopping crimes in Africa.
And then Luke Cage, what are you doing? Nothing, just being me, stopping bullets, being a badass. Danny, what are you doing here? I'm so fucking mad that they didn't make a Heroes for Hire thing. I hope they do it now. Because I know Disney Plus has like all those licenses and shit. Mm-hmm. They need to make that. So I can be happy. Shadow, I want to be happy.
You're black, that ain't happening.
Oh, well. Day 2.
Maybe.
Fucking happiness.
Tails news.
No, but seriously, like in a serious note, like I would love for all my friends and loved ones to be happy. It'd be great.
Yeah, that would be nice. But they don't come out with all the
Jason
video
had
games
this
we
look
need.
on his face like, nah, this logo's up, bro. Y'all niggas go burn. Oh shit!
Oh no, your brakes went out. Jason.
Oh no, your brake fluid. It's it's not inside the car. Brian, that's a good skit. I told you to put the brake fluid in the car. It's in the back seat. Oh, that's great.
So Bandai Namco news. They announced a Tales of Festival for 2020. It's going to take place June 13th and 14th.
Tales Festival?
Yeah, so like Tales of Vesperia, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Graces. So I think they've had like, 10, 15 games?
Tales of Gracies?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I fucking remember. Oh my god. I picked up somebody from the college and they were talking about the cafeteria and I was just like, my stomach was like, yo. My stomach's muscle memory was like, oh. Bloop, 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 bloop. Word. Oh my god. I mean, it wasn't for what you were getting for like just the meal plan thing where you're just like, oh, here's a fucking whatever. You were getting a decent amount if you walked in with the fucking things, the carry out things. You can walk out with a lot of stuff. Like if you want like some forks or a cup or a turnstile.
Yeah.
The fucking thing that you have to walk through to fucking get in and out.
It'd take you 1 hour to eat lunch.
Yeah.
Take you 2 hours to leave the bathroom.
Yeah, right. But you're not gonna die.
Yeah. And you got your money's worth.
Right?
Exactly. That's why I stayed away from a lot of stuff. I usually just got like burgers, nuggets, salad.
I used to hit the ice cream bar like
Ice
crazy.
cream bars,
Like
yeah.
the ice cream bar.
We had a fridge in our room too, so you could just put that shit in there.
I would have like
5 of them.
yeah.
Out, you fucking,
like I would have like a freaking what do you call them? The Sunday or strawberry crunches. I would have like one in each finger.
I knew this kid who he put them in the thing, and they were like, "Oh, you can't walk out with 2," and he's like, "This is just dessert." And they're like, "You still can't walk out with 2." He just run. The first time he did it, he hit the turnstile and he fucked up. I was like, "God damn."
You gotta leap over it. You gotta nick.
There's no way to leap over that one though, because it's like it's straight up like a door frame that has the bars in it. So if you can't, you know what I mean?
Gotta parkour around
Fucked
it.
up. Parkour through it. Yeah, you don't need bones, right? Just slip through it.
Shadow Man. Did you play Sekiro?
Huh?
Sekiro.
The shadows of whatever.
Shadows Never Die.
Twice.
Yeah, Shadows Die Twice. It was basically like Dark Souls in Japan, kind of.
Yes. Very much so.
Very punishing game.
I have
Yeah.
not.
Like,
And look,
think about it. A really hard boss, you just got done killing him. You're just about to waltz off.
Somebody else walks off.
Shank right through the abdomen. You die.
I think you'd like it, but they have some news for it. Apparently, there's a spin-off manga coming out for another character from the series named Hanabe the Undying. So I'm like, that's interesting.
That sounds like.
See, I never played
could
the
be
game.
something big.
But for anyone who has played the game, if you like the lore, got some spin-off manga coming out.
It does have good lore. I will give it that.
Yeah.
I know more about the lore than I do about the game, like actual gameplay and shit. I know Pat and them were talking about certain builds and certain
And I don't know shit.
certain skills that'll make it not so terrible. You know how people complain about how hard it is.
Yeah.
Because you got people who are like, "Oh, I decided to be a fucking monk, but I'm gonna do magic spells." It's like, fucking, why would you do that?
Magic Monk.
That's fucking dumb.
Why you gotta try to like bother me while I'm like focusing on cutting?
Tickle his knee.
Because you're part of this podcast.
No.
Yes.
Actually, that actually makes me wonder, Shadow. You know when you go to the doctor and they hit your knee with the hammer?
Mm-hmm.
Did your leg pop out? I'm just curious now.
From the reflex?
Yeah. You know how some people...
I mean, I haven't been to the doctors in like a long time.
Because some people it doesn't do anything.
It should. Some people you have to hit it harder. Like with Joe, you might need a fucking like cinder block or something. But it's
Gotta get,
it still should.
Gotta get Deanne's hammer for Joe. Just pow!
Yeah.
But to answer your question, yes, just a little bit though.
Okay. Are your kneecaps ticklish?
They over exaggerate in TV shows when they're like,
Yeah.
word.
Are your kneecaps ticklish, sir? Because I know some people, if you
Ticklish
squeeze the squishy part of the knee, or if you like rub your hands like this, it tickles them. People are weird.
Should only be women who are affected by that, though.
Yeah. Why is that? You saying women have soft knees or some shit?
Yes.
Okay.
It's their, it's just the makeup of their bodies, I guess.
Science.
So I wonder if they
Weird
would be.
science.
Wonder if they would be better
Damn
or worse at
Korean.
jaguar knees, since they have soft knees.
Probably
Is
worse.
it like soft, or is it like padding soft? Dude? Like elephant feet.
I think it's more. I think what you're saying is more like.
I don't think
you
it's
feel it
actually
more.
tickling for the knee thing. I think that's like
Well, they
creates a weird
react as if they were being
sensation
tickled.
or some shit.
type thing.
Yeah.
Well, they react as if they were being tickled, from what I've observed.
Well,
My
that's
binoculars.
because it's
Binoculars. You used to do that at the Carly. What the fuck you talking about binoculars? You were right there for that.
I got binoculars.
Actually, on Monster Hunter, they have
I was about to say,
binoculars.
should we be worried? Fucking. No, telescope would be worse.
I mean, no, my grandma had a pair of binoculars.
My granddad had a pair of binoculars. I
Be
still don't know what those were for.
Weren't there binoculars in like one of the Call of Duty special editions or something? There's like binoculars and night vision goggles or something.
Night vision goggles.
Okay,
And that was for the, I think it was either like Modern Warfare, which is out now, or and that's like, you can't. I think it was for Modern Warfare.
Okay.
Wasn't there? What game did have?
So I think what doesn't one come with a drone also?
That was Black Ops 2.
Why'd you laugh?
Joe knows why I'm laughing.
Joe, why is he laughing?
So fucking mad right now.
This dude at GameStop hyped this fucking shit up so much, like overhyped it actually. Someone like
This
it's
is
like
the
a
greatest game you'll ever play.
no.
The
Like
drone?
for like the care package, because you get like the crate and everything.
Oh, like is that bundled with like buying the game?
Yeah.
Bundles.
I mean, Joe can tell you more about it.
Joe, story time. Those of you who didn't hear, he said, "I ain't saying shit." All right.
It's a powder keg. I could see the match being lit. Joe, just let it explode. Please.
Name of a sex tape.
It's less a detonation and more of an atomic bomb going off.
Railgun. The Joe edition.
Real indeed.
Wow. Would not be the title of my sex tape. Title of my sex tape would be On My Own. With that song in the background.
Oh, and Griffin Ninja. Remember you asked me if Yakuza Like a Dragon, the next one that's coming out, is going to come to America? I think it will, because they said something about it might be getting English dubs. So there's no reason for it to get English dubs if it wasn't coming here.
Yeah.
Of course it would.
Well, if they want to learn, English.
Because, British.
Yeah, that's true.
Japanglish.
If they bring it other places too, like
That is
I
very
think
true.
Europe actually got some of the other games that we didn't get before.
Son of
But I think now they're trying to do like a couple versions where they're bringing like
Yeah.
multiples of them here. So
Have any of you guys heard of a newish anime called Beastars or Beastars? There's about I think the main character is like a wolf.
yeah,
It's supposed to be coming to Netflix. I haven't watched it. I've heard about it, and it's interesting because apparently the wolf has to deal with his carnivorous stuff on a daily basis of not eating other animals, and it's like him living through that, I guess. And there's this rabbit who be trying to get him.
salads. Gotta eat salads, man.
So that's what it seems like. I haven't watched it yet,
gotta eat the lettuce.
but apparently it's coming to Netflix, so I might check it out. Yeah.
I did see a thing for
In March.
Transformers. They're doing like a Beast Machines thing.
Ooh, that would be great because that was like originally my original exposure to Transformers was Beast Wars,
Yeah.
so that would be great.
I can't remember if that was gonna be a movie or a TV show, but they're transitioning to Beast Wars.
I mean, everyone loved Grimlock.
Yeah.
Like literally, when that Transformers movie came out, that scene where Optimus fights Grimlock and then Optimus backhands him into the ground. Hobby literally watched that scene, no lie, like 30 times. Like he just kept fast forward, rewind, watch it. He just loves that.
But we all know Javi has a very, very small attention span. So like,
I didn't know where you were going with that. So that is.
Where do you think I'm going to go with that?
So
Pervert.
Always is on this gay shit. Oh, talk about damn. Can't go on a conversation without him trying to bring something about penises or buttholes.
Who you
go and get a cancer.
You're the only
That's
person that said
fire the butthole and all the gays.
You're the only one that just said
The
either of those
sit
two
down.
things.
It's gonna burn and burn.
I was talking about Javi's height. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Talking about you and this gay shit.
You got
over
dicks
here.
on the mind, apparently.
Nah, well, of course I would.
Nah, well, yeah.
Of course I would, though. Fucking body.
Oh, we gonna talk about that? What the fuck is up with this? They're coming up with a new term for gay cyst.
What?
Instead of because homophobic is when you're afraid of something. Like phobic is when you're afraid of something.
I'm about to say
homophobic. They keep using the word homophobic for people who hate gay people, and I'm like, that's not how that. You're assuming that they're afraid of them. It's like they're not afraid of them. They just hate them.
They never said anything about being afraid. They just always said
phobia.
Hate. They said hate.
Phobia means fear, though.
It doesn't. That's not what they were using it for. They just said homophobia is when people have a hate for.
Okay, well then the people who named it that are idiots.
But yeah, because like phobia is definitely like the fear, like
people in the government.
Exactly. So it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense to you because you're stuck in this one little box where society has to live in and abide by your rules, Mr. Racist.
Talk about this gay shit. This motherfucker gonna sit here and try to be the Martin Luther Gay King Jr.
Martin Luther Gay King Jr. Wow. First of all, you should not do that as a black man. And it's February, so why would you sully his name like that? That is very, it's very insensitive of you.
Shut the fuck up. The way you said that.
Highly insensitive
Well, Martin
of you
Luther
right
King
now.
Jr.'s legacy is being put into question in the first place anyway, so we still have to get, confirmation on that. About all of that shiesty shit that would happen during all those civil rights tours.
I barely care about the.
Oh, you talking about him and the orgy parties?
Mm-hmm. Yo, I mean,
who the fuck cares? Alright, he was a kinky motherfucker.
You cheated on
We all heard about this from Cedric the Entertainer in Barbershop.
I mean, we're all human, so
let him have his fun. He get his ass
Everybody's
whooped
got needs.
and gets dog sicked on him and fucking rocks thrown at him. Let him get his rocks off in a white bitch's ass.
All I'm saying is, if it wasn't consensual, fuck it.
No,
if it was 100% consensual,
yeah, they were just orgy parties. It wasn't like he was like, yeah, get that white bitch.
For all we know, it could have been.
No, you don't scream non-violence and then take a rock to the fucking head and be like that.
Are you saying that's 100% out of the realm of possibility?
For a black man, yes. The black man is a strong race. Can't be broken.
Yes, we can.
Except for that one sniper dude. We don't really
Race of black men. I'm like,
it's the fact that we've been broken so many times, but we bounce back.
Like Saiyans.
Why are you separating us from black women? The reason we made it this far. What the fuck you talking about? Like you sitting there like, black men as a race. It's like, nigga, would have made it past the boat if it was for the black women.
Oh. One Punch Man news.
Yes, please.
1 second though, we're still talking about this gaysis thing.
No, you're talking about this gay shit thing because you're always on this gay shit. You just admit to the fact that you're homophobic, and we can just move past this.
Oh no, I wouldn't be homophobic. I'd be gayist.
No, because you're actually
I'm not afraid of gay people.
Yes, no, gay things.
Gay things.
You're afraid of
What
gay
gay
things.
things am I afraid of?
Penises and buttholes.
Penises?
And
I'm afraid of penises.
And guys sucking on penises.
I'm afraid of penises. Says the guy when we were at the gym. I was walking out and you're like, ugh. You looking at you were trying not to look at some dude over there that was half naked. Penis out. You were like, ugh.
Trying to look at
Would you be afraid
ass dude
okay,
naked.
That's still a penis.
No, it's just an old guy. I don't want to see him.
Look who's homophobic now. Look who's homophobic now.
Actually, wouldn't that make them ageist?
That's not being homophobic. That's
It's
just
a
being
mix.
ageist.
It's a nasty mix. It's like hating like women who are Asian or something like that. You hate Asian and you hate women, so it's like it's
Wait, what? In any case, you're afraid of gay things, which is why you screamed when you looked at my phone that one time because you decided to go through people's phones. And you
wasn't going through your phone.
You shouldn't go through people's phones.
I wasn't going through your phone.
He wasn't going through the phone, but he went and looked through something he shouldn't look.
I didn't look through anything.
How'd you see
when
it,
I
Justin?
go to whenever I use the browser on my phone, I always close it.
Well, were you on your phone?
I always close it.
Were you on your phone? No, you weren't on your phone. You're on my phone.
Because I obviously do that every time I'm on my phone.
But it's not your phone. You said on your phone you do that.
So I'm so used to it. So I'm so used to it that when I wasn't looking through anything, I was closing the browser app like I normally do on my phone.
But
I'm
it's
so
not your
used
phone.
to. I'm so used to doing it that it doesn't matter if it's not my phone. I go to close the browser app, so it's not.
Then he saw something.
Doing
he saw something interesting. I was like, "Ooh, what's this?"
Exactly.
No, I was closing it, and when you close like Chrome or whatever, it shows you a bunch of the different like tabs and stuff all together.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It do.
It shows you whatever is open, and then that's when it does.
And why would you close his tabs that he had open on his phone?
I just said it was a fucking reflex. Y'all niggas need to clean the shit out of your ears.
I know this motherfucker isn't talking about that. After you hearing everybody else say some more other shit. Yeah,
Not
you.
Today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Today.
Yes.
That was Jason earlier.
That was you.
That wasn't though.
Oh,
what was it then?
I can't wait for him to listen through this again when he's going through editing.
Tell me what was it then?
It was you. It was just you trying to put gay shit in other people's mouths because you're homophobic.
Well, now you talking about gay shit and maths. You're the one that's always bringing this shit up.
Literally you.
You sit down.
You.
I thought it was okay to be gay, but apparently I was wrong.
Joe's the one sitting here making it seem like a terrible thing.
No, it's a terrible thing when straight men always try to do this gay shit and not like it's okay for them to do it because they're straight.
What? If he's straight and he's trying to do gay shit, then he's not straight. What the fuck is that?
Like that armor dude who
Fucking
deep
what?
throated that fucking dildo on the fucking wall.
Either that or he's just
Marine?
really comfortable with his sexuality.
You didn't see that fucking video going around where you have all the dudes in the barracks watches one dude deep throat a fucking dildo?
No?
Because it's all on Facebook.
Wait, was the dude blindfolded?
No.
He knew what he was doing.
Even if he was blindfolded, what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, because I did see a video where this dude.
accidentally
I did see this. No. I did see this video where this dude was like, he was like his friends blindfolded him to like it was like a taste test thing.
Oh, that was fucked up. That was fucked up.
Yo, they set this man up for the fail.
He
So he was blindfolded, and it was like a candy dildo or whatever.
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
No, it was a gummy
taste.
one.
It was like you have to taste what it is and say like what it is. So if you put a banana in your mouth, it's like, oh, it's a banana. It's an apple. It's an orange. It's cake. You have to like state what it is.
And it was like,
But
bro,
you're
he
blind.
was like, this ain't football. Like, what is this? It's like, what?
Yo, what kind of dumbass trusts his friends?
I smell your lightsaber.
God damn. Scorched earth.
In any case, Justin is weird.
Was that ever...
Gay people are weird too.
Was that ever in fucking...
Bi people are weird.
Never...
Humans are weird.
It's always been a thing. I've never...
But no, I can't. According to Justin, I'm not human because I'm some low class something.
I love how he keeps saying low, even though the only fucking words I've ever said was above humans. So how are you lower if you're above humans?
Still
If whatever you are is above humans, how would you be lower?
Sharks are above humans and they put them lower. Elephants
How
are
the fuck
above
are
humans
sharks below
and put them
humans?
lower.
How the fuck are sharks below humans? Since when? They're on a different fucking scale, dude.
They still put them lower.
How? Since when?
They always put them. That's why they go.
Are you talking about the food chain?
No, you're saying the sharks are above humans.
Since when?
Can you go in their waters and fuck them up? Huh? Can you go over in their household and fuck
So is
up?
this you admitting that you're above humans because nobody can come in this house and fuck you up?
There's a lot of people come in here and fuck me
No,
up.
you can't.
Yes, they can.
Hitman.
Okay. This motherfucker literally sits here and talks about all the people he could fucking murder.
Danny in.
And wants to try to make it seem, oh, I'm fucking weak, I can't fight anybody. But I fuck Conor McGregor up. I fuck that nigga up. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's got no legs.
Big giant got his legs.
So, are we ever going to dispel this theory that you can't, in fact, pick me up and throw me through a wall?
I can't.
You
Yeah,
can.
you can.
I can't throw you through a wall.
You can.
How many pounds can you lift? Deadlift.
Well, it depends on the wall.
Actually, yeah, if it's got a stud.
If
He
we're,
throws you at the stud,
if we're
then you might
saying
get fucked
deadlift,
up.
that's dealing with legs. That's something different.
Yes. How many
But if you're saying
pounds
if
can
I'm
you lift?
lifting you up, which means we're talking upper body
We're,
strength,
we're
upper
talking
body.
any kind of strength.
and it,
Upper or lower.
Joe, you lifted me with your fucking arms.
when did I lift you with my
The
arm?
same day I lifted you and almost died. Because I'm weak. But I managed to do it.
Actually,
Yeah,
in
you
Joe's
know,
defense,
Wait.
That was a long time ago. That was like one of the first times. That was like a couple weeks after I moved in.
I was gonna say in Joe's defense, the reason he doesn't have upper body strength is because the last time he tried to lift somebody with upper body strength, the person landed on his crotch, and it changed him. Right, Joe? You remember that?
Ooh.
Mm.
Well, never mind on that.
I didn't see it, but I heard the aftermath.
Exactly.
Who hurt you?
I like my crotch too
Was it
much.
the Asian guy?
No, that was Nick Shepard.
Oh, okay.
Damn you.
That's how you know I still fresh in my mind. The fact that I know his whole name like that. Went to
It was cold. It was a cold day.
went to that school with all the white people
I thought
where
you
they
were gonna say something
wear
else.
red.
Okay, yeah.
Are they red caps?
Yeah.
Red caps.
But he's a cool dude. He was a cool dude though.
Yeah.
He had to
I
do
know.
something in order to lose that one because I had the better of him on that one.
No word.
Then he was like, crunch.
Basically.
With like his body though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Conor McGregor is smaller and puny and tiny. All I have to do is just sit on him.
So
He's
who,
got no
so who
legs.
could you fight? Who could you lose to?
Who could I lose to?
Diane.
Fedor Emelianenko, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Michael Jai White.
You think Jackie Chan could beat you up?
Hell yeah.
Think you can take Scott Atkins?
That's a weird one. I don't know about that one.
Because he does have.
flippy shit, but the fancy. If he doesn't do that fancy shit, then he could beat me.
Was
If
he
he's
back
trying to
on,
do all that fancy stuff, he's gonna get his ass whooped.
was he back off the leaper?
No, that was George St. Pierre. Scott Atkins was, if you ever seen the Undisputed movies, Boyka.
No, but I know he's Toad from what's his name?
Oh, he was what's the name? I'm pretty sure he was
Suit
Snake
actor
Eyes.
for
Just-
Snake Eyes, yeah.
Yeah, if he's doing all that fancy flip shit, he's gonna lose.
Did you watch the Expendables movies?
Was he the one that backflipped that fucking knife into the dude's chest?
Yeah.
That was fucking dumb.
When they
That was the dumbest way to kill a person.
They
I was
killed
like,
Josh?
just fucking stupid. Do you know what it landed on?
17.
Damn, son.
because he do got some hands, but he also likes to
Yeah, he likes to do the fancy
flashy
stuff.
stuff.
95.
Any capoeira fighter, I'm gonna fuck up.
Yeah, capoeira. I feel like a friend of mine started learning that in high school,
89.
and I guess I don't know if that was like his way of trying to like I don't know fuck me up, but I'm like no.
I'm just kick your arm out.
Anybody
People's elbow.
can fuck up a capoeira fighter.
Because he went to go do one of those flips, and then I just fucking bone rushed him while he was in midair. I'm just like, oh,
It's that you just do a mid range kick and you're disrupting everything
flow.
that they're trying to do.
yeah,
Because they're shifting their body weight more so into their.
yeah. Their center of gravity is right there.
Don't get me wrong. I understand where this came from and what it was used for when it was invented. But that was like a new thing that they didn't know what the fuck to deal with whatsoever. But they were also stupid fighters.
Damn.
So you can take Tony Jaa.
No.
Tony Jaa's a Batman.
Any
I don't
Muay
even
Thai
have
fighter is going to fuck me up.
So Gina Carano,
Any Muay Thai fighter.
Does she do any Muay Thai?
she does Muay Thai. Yeah, you could see it when she's fighting in the Mandalorian.
I haven't seen her. I haven't watched Mandalorian, but I haven't seen her fight in a long time.
People are saying they want her to be She-Hulk, but they're like upset. It looks nice. They're upset because she's not a good act. They say she's not a good actress, which I don't really care about.
Request from someone at the
Work
hospital. Yeah.
Taking commission.
Let's see.
Yep. And yes.
For people you like.
People I'm cool with. They'll ask like,
Where's
what
my
should I draw? What?
Where's my Hiko Seijuro then?
I don't like you.
Bullshit.
What did I fucking say? What did I fucking say? Now you heard it straight from his mouth. What did I fucking? Because I always joke about that. I'm always like, Shadow don't like me. And this motherfucker's like, no. That's why he's hiding behind his phone now.
And I love you. That's why.
He's dying laughing too. He's like, shit.
No, but
He's like, damn it, Shadow, you made me wrong.
He was like, where's your what?
Hiko Seijuro, I asked you. Oh well,
The fuck is that?
you could draw him without the cape.
He probably doesn't know the character at all.
We showed it to him.
No. You showed him. He said no because he doesn't do capes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said you could draw him without a cape. Kenshin's master.
Oh yeah, that ain't happening.
Why not? Draw him without the spawn cape.
That ain't happening.
Like, just draw Spawn with a regular face, and there you go.
Yeah, right.
Basically.
Actually,
Okay.
Spawn
Goes
was
to draw like
coming to
another
Mortal
person comes out
Kombat.
looking like Michael Jai White. He's like, how? The fuck?
Could you say his name one more time, Justin?
Mom's out.
Say his name one more time. Oh,
Hiko
what does he even look like?
Seijuro.
Is that, well, you probably get the real guy.
H-I-K. Yeah, probably. Because that's a
Oh.
real.
You gotta put it in anime.
Well, if you put in Hiko Seijuro, there's enough people searching him that he should at least come up like.
What the fuck kind of cape is that?
Nobuhiro Watsuki is a fan of Western comics
Oh, he likes
and
Spawn.
Spawn.
doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yep.
he likes a Spawn cape. So that cape is supposed to be it applies weight to the wearer. So that's the reason why he's so fucking buff. Because it's constantly like it's weighted clothes. Well, actually, it's not even weighted. It's like there's like I think you said there's like springs in it or some shit that force you down. So it's not the same as being weighted. It's literally like trying to squeeze on you, like compression type shit.
Interesting.
So think Rock Lee physical weights, only in the dumbest way I can think.
I guess kind of more like what
Piccolo's cape. That is indeed weighted.
yeah.
In fact,
Well,
most
it's-
of the garb that he wears.
The way that they worded it, though, it didn't seem like it. Like the clothes itself had weight. It seemed more like it was creating a force as opposed to being the force, like weighing you down. I don't know.
The only thing I could think of like that was in the Nintendo Tenge when they had the thing on his arm, so he was trying to like stretch his arm out, and
Yeah.
the springs were built into it.
Or I think Iki's was just weights. He's fucking like taking all those hits and just hitting the fucking weights. It's like, bruh, it's cheating. That's not what those are for. This motherfucker, the only reason he didn't die in the first two hits is because of that bullshit. When he took those off, he was a beast. Yo, go read Air Gear. I know there's fan service, but get the fuck over it.
What anime doesn't have fan service?
There are a couple.
Did Shinshin have fan service?
Loads of it.
Yeah.
Fucking Full Metal Alchemist is.
I mean, the
okay
art
with it.
quality is like on the crappy side.
Oh, that's
And then again, it's like there's different like styles of art, like of artists. So it's like,
yeah.
honestly, I actually like the art style for Shinchan.
It gets a little bit weird with some of the people's faces and shit, but once you get used to it, you're like, yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm trying to think, was there any fan service in Samurai Flamenco? It's been a minute, and there weren't a lot of female
I haven't watched
characters
that
in
in
it.
a while. I
They
would
didn't
call
get
it.
introduced into later on.
I don't know if I'd call it fan service because there was a whole. Well, I mean, remember there was the girls superhero team,
Yeah.
which was all just like lolly maid chicks. So I'm like, I guess that counts. I don't know. Well, because some people are like fan service is just straight up. It has to be like tits or ass or whatever. But originally, what fan service is, it's not tits and ass. Originally, it's giving the person what they want to see.
Word.
So if your characters, if you're two characters that you wanted to see together, like fucking, I don't know, if Tite Kubo had ended it where like Rukia and Ichigo got together. That's fan service because you're giving them what they want. You're servicing the fans. But instead, he gave you something else.
He didn't give me any fan service because Chad didn't go full body.
That was fucking dumb.
Thank you.
You got both arms. I had a whole fucking thing for like
and
how
like,
it would look for both
like,
of the.
Oh, I'm in Waco Mundo and I can sandbend. Oh, this is interesting. And then they just don't go with like.
You know what Chad should have kind of looked like? He should have looked like Aizen when he went expressionless, like when he had no. That's what I was only like cooler. Like with a dope design that.
Chad would have been the common rider of the Sarate, and it would have been great. And
Pretty much, he would have
it.
looked like a buffer, like that version of Aizen, where he's just like all white, the Hogoku in the chest. He would have looked not like all white, but the thing would have covered him in a similar way like that, like a Zentai, where it's like the arm would have, like the design for the arm would have just been all over his body, so you can't see his expression, you can't see the sign of third, but you can still. He's like, that's what I pictured anyway. But
so
not
good.
like
I
arms.
couldn't picture anything because with the arms having two different colors and the scheme of it is completely different. I was like, it's gonna look weird to have it be, unless they're gonna have the arms change colors when he gets it. But
have you seen Batman Brave and the Bold at all?
No.
There was a character that they, I think, created for that cartoon that was called Equinox. He was a character that always shifted his alignment because he was always either good or bad, depending on what the situation called for. So it was just like, oh, the Joker's doing this on third, I'll help. Or, oh, this on third, blah, blah, blah is happening. I'm going to fucking punch Batman in his face. Do whatever.
Let me think.
And he basically, his was basically like, his costume was, I want to say it was one side white, one side black, and he had a circle, and it was just like almost like a yin-yang type thing, where it's like the black side inside the circle is white, and on the white side inside the circle is black. I pictured him basically kind of looking like that, like the arm that was brown or whatever would have the brown side, and then the arm that was white would have like the devil side or whatever the side there.
I think there's another character
Kinda
named
like
Equinox in DC because that name sounds familiar, but it was part of one of the Crisis events though. I think it was part of the Parallax thing. It was a Crisis event that had Parallax Hal Jordan in it. Because it was something like Equinox was one of the Hawks that turned evil.
That might be what it is. Maybe they pulled it.
And
from
I think
back.
his name was Equinox when he had the different suit. Then there's this whole other thing, and then Evil Hal Jordan, yada yada yada, trying to rewrite.
I remember that, and I can't remember what his name was. I don't think it was Equinox.
I don't know, because in my mind I'm thinking Equinox.
Because I remember what you're talking about. That was the one that went bad. The one of the Hawk and Dove.
Yeah, and it was the Hawk where I think something happened and he like killed one of the other doves or something. Like he got possessed or something happened, and then he couldn't forgive himself.
He couldn't forgive himself. Yeah, so he became like a weird.
I thought it was Equinox. I could be wrong though.
Maybe it's a recycled name. It could have been Equinox.
But that was one of those stories where it was like the bad guy was the bad guy, but he didn't realize he was part of another bad guy's plan, kind of thing. I thought it was Equinox. I could be wrong. Because I read it once and it was a while back. Because Jonathan let me borrow it.
Because I thought that when he turned into a bad guy, he had another, like, bird name. Monarch. Monarch is Hank Hall, formerly Hawk. Yeah.
It was supposed to be the Atom who was supposed to be Monarch, but for some reason I think a bunch of fans guessed it ahead of time. So
yeah, I think
editors at DC at the last minute said, "Yeah, we're gonna make it Hawk."
I think they said that Monarch has been used by 3 different people, and he's just one of the.
Because I remember Rick Ryder was in that story too, and Ray Ryder and all that.
Kind of good.
Nice.
Comes out in April.
Is that
Joker?
Heath Ledger.
That is Heath Ledger
kind of
Joker.
him into saying it.
Nice.
And it's the same size as the Deadpool. It's a 10-inch one.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna have to get that myself as well.
The big Squirtle is kind of weird to me.
Yeah, the big
like
Pokemon,
I like the idea of the big Pokemon, just Squirtle's face looks weird to me. I mean, it might be the eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe if I put some LEDs in it, I'll be okay with it.
That would probably make it worse. You wake up in the middle of the
I
night,
mean, you just have like a glowing head.
Word. Squirtle's got a big ass head.
That's why one of his best moves is Skull Bash. Headbutt.
Yeah.
Noggin.
But yeah, my biggest problem with I was about to say Shad. My biggest
Still hurt from
problem
earlier.
I'm still hurt. It hurt me. My problem with Chad though is his weakest point is always going to be the part where the arm starts. You know what I mean? Because that's where Kyoraku even cut him. Like when he met him, he was like, "Oh." So I'm like, yeah, that's always going to be his weakest part because it's not covered. So I thought that was stupid that they didn't do like full body armor for him, but it's probably because he would have been too fucking broken.
Honestly, when once he got a second arm and I was imagining full body, it kind of reminded me of like a more intricate version of the dude with the dragon Hadouken thing that he fought.
Yeah. Because
I was thinking like, okay, so
like afro.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, so Chad is going to be like a super version of him. I'm okay with that.
I was Bleach didn't go the way I wanted it to because it was around the time that like I don't know what it is with certain shows, but the idea of another character that's not the main character being stronger than the main character was like a foreign concept that no one ever wants to do. Because they're like, oh, the main character has to be the strongest. It's like, no, they don't always have to be the fucking strongest. Look at Choco Love and fucking in Shaman King. Choco Love died the most, but that meant that at the end he had the most Furyoku, which meant he was the strongest.
I didn't like how it ended with his ending.
Why? How did that end?
He ends up in prison.
Really? I mean, he gets out eventually. So.
Like, cause I think cause I was looking up some stuff for Shaman King Flowers and everything. And they were talking about like underused characters, and they were also talking. It was two different videos. One of those videos on underused characters. Another video. Another video. No, it's like his like future, like at the end of everything. Like he's an adult and he's like in prison.
Is this? I'm trying to figure out like when that is though, because the very end of Shaman King, he's there meeting with them when they all meet together at the spa.
I'm not sure then, because like I said, I was watching someone else's video and they were talking about like black characters and manga and anime. And they were saying how like this character looks black, but he's actually an Asian character.
I'm really trying to,
and they
he's supposed to be American.
Yeah, and there was a scan, and one of the people was saying how like they liked Shaman King because they brought in Choco Love, even though they didn't like the idea of his name being a play on Love Chocolate. But anyways, very stupid. They showed a scan, and the scan was of someone in prison with their like head down, like just leaning forward, like from the back, like you see him sitting down. And they were saying that was Choco Love. Now I'm not caught up in Shaman King, so I don't know. He could have been wrong.
Is this supposed to be from Flowers?
I don't know. I just know he was bigger and he was bald. Like he was like not fat, but he was like but he was a lot bigger. He was in his jumpsuit and he was just sitting down with his head down,
sitting there like,
and he was bald.
I'm like, when did he?
And the person went to go in to say like he enjoyed Shaman King. He liked that there was a black character who was actually potent in it, but he didn't like how it ended with him ending in jail and stuff. Then again, like I said, I'm not caught up, and that guy could have been wrong.
If he is in jail, I don't mean to be on the mangaka side or anything, but like I can see.
I mean, he did start out as a delinquent and everything.
Why that's a problem? Yeah, exactly. I can see why he wouldn't understand why that's a problem to showcase a black person like that, because there's a lot of people like you look at stuff where you look at the Cosby Show where they actively had to go to psychologists and people like that and like actually figure out the best ways to showcase a black family without any of the drawbacks or setbacks. I'm not surprised that a mangaka from a country that doesn't even really have black people or has a need to understand black people would fall into a pit trap like, yeah, he's black, let's just make him a fucking gangster. Oh, and he ends up in jail, even though he stopped being a gangster afterwards, but he still ended up in jail. Like,
so
yeah.
But like I said, I'm not caught up in Shaman King. So that person could have been wrong.
I'm really trying to.
But the scan looked legit that I saw though. That he showed like a clip of the scan.
Oh, that just ruined my whole day.
Sorry for that.
God damn.
You'll get over it.
Not for the rest of the day, but luckily that's only 2 more hours. So
yeah.
Wow, that fucking sucks.
Like I said, that person could have been wrong. That could have been misinformation. But when I read that, I was like, oh, I kind of don't want to read it now. I want to catch up, but it's like, you got a powerful black character in the series, and it's like you just kind of, it's like, why? I mean, we got Simon though. The
guy they don't let do anything. Fucking, The guy he's the only person that they won't show fighting Shizuo because they know he might win.
Actually, I found a video about how busted, or what's the name is. Not Shizuo, but the dude who always messes with Shizuo. Can't think of his name right now.
Izaya.
Yeah.
Or Ihara.
Yeah, it was like, hey, the bustedness of Izaya. And they were just talking about it. And his sisters got skills too and everything.
I mean, most of his bustedness comes in his like speed and evasion skills because you can't fucking touch him. Because Shizuo is one of those kind of people where like if he gets a hold of you at all, you're fucking done. So the fact that he's withstood, you know, how many assaults by him, and he's still alive and he's not dead, like he can use all his limbs and all this shit, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty broken.
Talking about the dude with like the black hair.
Black hair and the puffy. He always has the
I don't think he's human.
I mean, I was gonna say they have non-human stuff in it, so
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't. He's kind of a dick.
He's funny.
That's fucked up. I just thought about one of the reasons why he's a dick, and you're like, he's funny. So I'm like, I mean, yeah. No, yeah.
I gotta finish that one, so I haven't finished that.
Dude, like the show?
Yeah, because you know how it was the first season, then like a few, like was it like 3 years later, maybe?
Yeah, then they came out with like 3 separate
and it was like
seasons that were like 13 episodes or some weird
So
shit.
I haven't watched that stuff. I watched the original though, so I know how all the original stuff is. I
saw
a little bit of the after stuff because his friend leaves and then he ends up with the girl and he calls him on a radio station.
I kind of have to watch like all of it together because the gap meant that there was too much. Like the story picks up right after the end of the first season, and I'm sitting there like I don't.
Yeah.
Well, it's been like over 3 hours, so I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Peace out.
Peace.
Arrivederci. Because Joe's like,
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Nah, you had it right.
Clean the wax out of your ears.
I mean, when you did say it, I did like hear like a crunch. So.
Peace.
This is the nasally nigga. Bidding you farewell for now.
Next time on the podcast, paranormal activities and whatnot.
You waited to the end of the. Oh, fuck you! I didn't say anything about it. Damn it! Because you said it was gonna be next time, and I'm like, no, we're gonna talk about it now. Joe, you want to talk about the time that a spirit touched you?
No.
Turned out to be fucking,
next time on the podcast.
Turned out to be sunny, and you came across. Joe's like, what is it? What else did I talk about? I kicked a cat. Anyway, all right, bye.
Fight me, Peter.
No, Peter's got enough to worry about. All right, peace.